I welcome you guys today. I understand it's a very beautiful day. I understand every single time I get up on the street, I start to do a nice beautiful performance about anything that you love to do every single day. I understand every single day I like to make sure that when you're public speaking in the life, you have to understand that no matter what, that you never put your hands in your pockets because it seems like that you're lazy or something. So understand either way that when you go and really understand to use your body language with your nice beautiful hands and gestures every single day, so you never have your hands in your pockets when you're singing or when you're acting or when you're doing anything in life. I mean, understand either way that there's a time and place to put your hands in the pockets, but just not on a microphone. I understand either way, just make sure that you understand it's a nice, beautiful, professional way every single day for yourself to make sure that what you have today is a nice, beautiful journey every single day. You're just making sure you have enough space over here, so make sure you have enough space around you to talk around and to move around every single day. So just make sure that no matter what, that your life is corresponding in a way that you love your life, because those individuals every single day who love their life are the ones who are guaranteed in terms of success. Because understand, if you love yourself every single day, you understand why you have to guarantee your success every single day, so that you can become something much more interesting. Because when I'm much more interesting than yesterday, I'll come and do a nice beautiful performance on the street, and I'll make sure every single day that you get some nice beautiful content going, because knowledge is everything, and understand that. I mean, either way, you must understand that those who love knowledge today are the ones who are really growing every single day. So I'll make sure every single day to go and perform that nice beautiful knowledge that I give in terms of my ideas and my strengths, to understand that the past 24 hours is something I have to teach you in 1 hour. I understand every single day I go and do that because I understand I speak on camera and video and audio much faster than I do writing it in terms of my physical writing. But I understand either way that my physical writing in my nice beautiful journal and my quotes is also something where I can teach you a quick skill really fast. So I understand that I never have to miss out on actually giving you skills and ideas, because sometimes when I'm not ready to do a video or audio, I then make sure that I write it physically. But I'm always ready for anything. I understand either way that I just make sure that I'm always preparing myself for something great, because I understand that no matter what, that I go and continue my nice beautiful product of knowledge, because I understand that those who have a knowledge also have a passion. Otherwise, when you have a passion to do something, you have to understand that you have to be a knowledge freak about it. I understand about 5 years ago I made a nice beautiful website that's really called knowledgefreak.com. I understand either way that I understand that it's right now on YouTube either way, but I understand that either way you must understand that what you must do every single day is be a knowledge freak in life. You must understand that if you're a knowledge freak, you're going to be somebody who is understanding how you're really going to live life. But if you're going to do something, you must understand to never gonna do it, you're going to do it. You have to understand you have to speak better, you have to understand the slang is something that you never use. You use something better than slang, because I don't want to call you cuz and bro. I want to call you ladies and gentlemen. I understand every single day when I say ladies and gentlemen instead of cousins and sisters, I understand either way I'd rather say something much better than that. I understand either way I make sure that I realize when I muck around, I understand either way that it's just a word, but I understand that you must go and speak much better than you do all the time, because I don't want you to be a lad. I don't want you to be somebody who's a junkie or who goes and speaks in a junkie type of way in terms of drug addicts and how they speak. Otherwise they use a lot of slang today. I understand they always what you want or something like that. But either way, understand that you never copy drug addicts. I understand you must copy yourself in Jesus Christ every single day, because I understand that anybody who must be important in your life today must be you. I understand when I'm important in my life, I go and really self-reflect upon what I say and do every single day, because that's how I really understand what I love to do every single day, which is street perform and bust, not because of the people. I do it because I love to understand how to grow. I understand when I grow in front of people, because I understand that most people don't care about me and what I give them, because they're ungrateful people. But I understand either way that when I see a street performance, I like to understand some talents that's going around. I love to actually understand what they are and how good they are. So realize either way that when you see a street performance, you go and give them something, because either way you must have a business card in your pocket. Otherwise, if you have no business card right now and you didn't go to Officeworks to print your business cards, and you didn't print your business cards, I realize that you have no business then. I realize that it's because you're not famous, and it's because you're going with the crowd, and it's because what? You have to understand that it's because you are doing what everybody else is doing, and that's why you have no business card. I understand when you have a business card, I'll give you something worthwhile. I'll give you something that you understand that YouTube and Instagram is your business card. So if you have no Instagram today, or you have a Instagram that's on private profile, so when I go on your profile and I see whatever amount of followers or whatever, but I understand that you're private, so I have to add you to be able to see your profile. Otherwise, that means that you are not somebody who's valuable in my life. I promise you, it doesn't mean that you cannot do it. You can't do it in terms of make your nice, beautiful profile a public one, but understand that you must understand that anybody who makes their nice, beautiful social media public today is somebody who is a public figure. And anybody who wants to be private is the one that's not giving as many ideas as the one who's doing it publicly. I understand when I'm a public speaker, I come up in front of a public to do it. I don't do it privately only. I make sure you understand that those people who want to do it privately are the ones who never even get up to public speak in the first place in front of people because they're afraid, or else they're afraid. So anybody who has a public profile online in terms of social media and YouTube and has a YouTube channel today, I realize they're the ones who are going to be great. I realize they're the ones who actually are taking advantage of YouTube right now and Instagram and social media, and they're actually trying to really better their life and better other people, because when you're really trying to better other people every single day, you will find a way to better yourself. I understand the whole point of bettering your life is to better my life first. Otherwise, when I better my life, I can then better your life. I understand when I love thyself first, I can then love you all the time. I realize that's what it's all about. I understand every single day I must always self-reflect about the individual I am every single day, because when I'm more unique about the individual I am, I just make sure always to self-reflect upon what I do, because when I do that, I'm always making sure that I'm always much better than yesterday. I'm always making sure that I have something to give every single day, because when I go and give a nice, beautiful street performance, I make sure I do it in a different way, but I do it in front of a crowd the most, because I learn about the crowd, I learn about the people, I learn about the reactions of the crowd, because it's much better to do a public speaking event or a nice, beautiful knowledge type scenario such as this video, where you're giving knowledge, you give it in front of people better than doing it alone. You have to understand, when you're going in front of people, you're still alone, or else when you're understanding that you're doing it in front of people, you're going to grow much more than being without people. You have to understand, you need people to live life. You have to understand that people are somebody that you help every single day. So when you help people, you help yourself the most, and then you understand self-love. You understand every single day I have to communicate to be able to go and be much more conscious of my life. I have to be much more aware, which is consciousness. Otherwise, when you're conscious of your life, you're also aware of your life. I promise you, every single time I dig into that information, I'll go and give that information as soon as possible, because I do it on a video, I do it in an audio, I do it in writing. I go and inspire people daily with my communication, because I understand communication is key. So it's not about picking up the opposite sex and going and chasing women or men today. I realize it's more about communication and helping them than trying to get sex from them. I realize now it's much more of a leadership quality to help them first than to have sex with them. I promise you, either way, understand that it's not about having sex with others. I realize it's more about Jesus Christ and how did Jesus Christ live today. And it's more about giving that knowledge every single day, so you understand that when you're lifting other people, you shall be lifting yourself also. So understand every single day that when I say, so understand every single day when I go and lift you, for example, I understand to give you all those ideas that I have every single day, because I believe in worthiness. I believe in something that's really going to lift myself every single day. Because I understand when I lift myself, I always have a better life. I realize I've been journaling for 3 years now in terms of my physical writing. I realize I've been writing over 50,000 words a day. I understand when I do that, I understand I do it in video, I do it in audio, I do it in writing materials and quotes. I realize every single day I'm always performing that, by making sure that every single day I perform and outperform myself in that knowledge I give you. I'm always much better as a public speaker, because I come here and I have over 110 hours in front of people now, but in 72 years time, I may have over 50,000 hours of being in front of people. So I'm always making sure I go and develop that nice, beautiful communication skill. You have to be very fast about adapting. So communication is everything about adapting. I realize that those who understand communication skills and understand how to increase their habits every single day, understand how to self-reflect upon their life and love themselves. Because if you're not loving yourself, I promise you nobody else will love you. So understand that every single day I focus on myself the most. I never have time for other people, because I understand that other people just waste my time. I understand that no matter what other people have to give me, I realize that they just must choose to come and give me that, because otherwise I'll never chase them for that. Unless there's somebody really successful who really have this big vocabulary in YouTube about all this content that they've made in terms of videos and audios, and they have some kind of business that they're entrepreneurs and business leaders who are really much better than yesterday and have peak performance in them. Like, for example, Tony Robbins, and there's also Tim Ferriss and Lewis Howes, and there's also Brian Tracy and Zig Ziglar and Jim Rohn. I realize these individuals are all public speakers, but they all have that nice, beautiful attitude that I want more of. or else it's a beautiful attitude I want. So when I go and do that every single day, I understand I also listen to Dr. Wayne Dyer and Oshaw as well. I understand that they have all this nice, beautiful communication skill because they've been doing these nice, beautiful videos and they post it online because they're teachers of life. I realize they're teaching something about life. So I'd rather go to those people who teach something about life than those people who teach nothing. I'd rather be able to go and inspire myself with those who have a great attitude and who actually look successful than the ones who are homeless. I'd rather be with the people who are public speaking than the ones who are homeless. I'd rather be with people who are sober, such as I, who is a public speaker, than people who are drug addicts who go to the casino on Friday and Saturday night in Star Sydney. I'd rather be with myself. I'd rather be with myself than with them, because what are they going to do at the casino? I realize the first thing is they're going to step up to the bar, man, and they're going to start saying, "What drink do you want?" I mean, wow. I mean, is that teaching anything? I promise you, it's not teaching you nothing. So what do I do every single day? I come here and I perform. I make sure every single day I go and make sure that everybody is accountable. So when I'm accountable, I make sure I give you that knowledge every single day to go and lecture myself how to grow. Because I understand that nobody else can teach me how to grow. I mean, nobody else can teach you how to public speak except for you. So you have to step up on the nice, beautiful playing field here, and you have to make it your zone. Otherwise, I own the space now. I realize that if somebody tries to take over my space now, I say no. I understand that I have 2 hours here maximum where I can stand here over here and public speak every single day. So I can come here every single day with my nice beautiful trolley where I don't even have to carry my stuff. I have over 20 kilos, I just carry my trolley. And I realize everything is nice and beautiful because I understand that when you're carrying and doing anything physically, I realize it's very hard work. I understand Jesus would just put his nice beautiful dress in terms of clothing and sandals, and that's it. Otherwise, he doesn't even carry phones, and he doesn't carry laptops, and he doesn't carry anything. But his 12 disciples come with him everywhere. Otherwise, that's nice and beautiful when you never have to carry anything in your pockets, and you never have to carry your shoulder bag, and you never have to carry your skateboard. You never have to carry anything on you. I mean, how good is that? I mean, you just go with your nice, beautiful clothing, and that's it. That's how Jesus does it. Every single day, I'm always making sure that I outperform everybody. You have to check out my Instagram and my nice, beautiful YouTube channel every single day, because I have nice, beautiful content every single day to give you. I understand every single day I go and make that nice, beautiful mistake. I understand when I make a mistake, I learn from it really quickly, because I understand when I do anything in life, I have to self-reflect upon what I really do. But I do it in front of a crowd as much as I can, so I can really understand people's faces, and so I can understand how I really respond with the crowd around me. Because when I go and really have a nice, beautiful attitude in front of a crowd all the time, I make sure all the time that I'm always doing something very productive. I understand when I'm doing it very productive, I make sure that my nice, beautiful camera here is just making sure that no matter what, that I work it in a better way. I understand you just make sure that you go and organize your camera to have nice, beautiful quality, and also a video camera that's really, let's say, over 8 megapixel camera. I understand either way, just make sure that you can go and do some content on that every single day. I understand that when I go and do nice, beautiful quality audios, I make sure I go and do it on 480 pixels at the moment, because I understand that it's a nice, I understand it's a nice, beautiful way for me to have time effectiveness. Because when I look at other people, they go post 1020 HD. I post 480 pixels because I understand I have so much more time to upload my videos. I'd rather go upload my videos in 1 hour than 5 hours. I understand that time freedom is something that I always need. So when I go and upload my videos faster and do everything faster online first, then I learn from it, and then I go and increase that quality into whatever once I do that much better. I understand when I do it, I realize when I go and do it much better every single day, I'm going to focus on thyself, to love myself every single day, to give you that nice, beautiful knowledge, and to go and really self-reflect upon my consciousness and my daily life every single day, so I can go and nicely put it into a video. Because I understand that what's important today is my communication skills, to have a greater attitude. I understand when I have a greater attitude, I also have better habits. I don't look fat. I don't look ugly when I have a nice, beautiful attitude. I understand I don't have to do anything else other than really communicate with you every single day. Thank you very much, sir. I understand every single day I go and always do that nice, beautiful development that I need every single day, but I'm always making sure that I'll go and upload my nice, beautiful content every single day, because I understand you need it. You need some information today, so I'll give it. I thank you. I understand every single day I do that. I thank you. I understand no matter what, that I'll just go and really, really develop that nice, beautiful attitude, because attitude is graceful. Or else anything that wants to be more graceful today has to understand some communication skills first. I understand that babies and everything has to learn how to communicate, but I understand that no matter what, that when you go and do it on the camera first, you understand why you're going to be much more successful. You'll be much more successful today than ever before because we have video cameras today where you can go and really record yourself public speaking every single day, and you can go and do something amazing on my Instagram. You can go check out my YouTube channel every single day. I'm making sure that no matter what, that everybody has those ideas, because when you have an idea to give, you're also very generous, and you're also making sure that no matter what, you can have screenshots. You can do a photo of my nice beautiful Instagram and YouTube channel. I understand either way that you understand that what's important is do a street performance or a busking performance, which is the same thing. I realize that a street performance is a busking performance. I understand you give $14, and guess what? I realize for 3 months you can come on the street and do your work. I understand it's very beautiful every single day that you go and really understand thyself. I realize you have to understand that no matter what you're doing today, I realize it's just make sure you're self-reflecting all the time, to understand that you must be conscious of your life every single day, and your ability to understand that you must write down your thoughts right now. You must write down everything about your life all the time if you want to become something more. I understand if you want to become something more, it's more about working on yourself today than it is working on other people. I understand that I don't have to go online right now on Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and YouTube to comment on other people's social media to help them. I understand that what I really look for is I go on a video, I go in an audio, I go in an audio. I realize N comes before a nice beautiful A. I understand that no matter what, I go and do writing materials also with quotes. I understand that I don't have to talk to you to develop you. I just have to talk with myself all day long. I realize that the only individual I've been talking to all day long for the past, really, let's say 10 weeks, you understand either way, I've been talking to myself for a long time. I understand that I just talk to myself now. I just talk to myself now, and I don't talk to other people because I understand that other people don't have the best interest in mind for me. You understand? So realize, even if they want to help me, I realize that it's just giving that information and that's that. I realize that they're trying to sell me something. I realize they're trying to sell me to a subscription or something like that, so that I give them plastic money or something like that. So I'm never interested in giving you plastic money. So understand that no matter what your product is, I already can get it for free. I mean, whatever you're selling me on in terms of life, I can get it for free. I can already get what you have. I don't need to give you plastic money for your material and what you have in life. I understand that what I need to give you is information for free, so that I understand that all the information you have, I have it already in the Bible. I understand the Bible is everything, so I learn from that. So everything that you have is something that you have to give the nice beautiful ideas you have every single day, because you go on the video and you do it. But guess what? I understand that everything you have right now, I already have that. I already have everything you have, because I know my I know that I love you. I understand that when I love you so much, I give you those ideas, because I understand that either way, that everybody else must understand that what I give today is from the Bible of Jesus Christ, and it's also just information, because information is a derivative of the Bible. So understand that no matter what, that any information you see today is just something that you have to dig into. You have to dig into that information if you want to develop your life. I promise you it's that simple. But the more you go and develop yourself in knowledge today, or else the more of a knowledge freak you're going to be, and the more in terms of life you're going to be. So understand that no matter what, if you want to be more, otherwise you have to go and communicate more of that knowledge. So the best way I do it is I do it on a video in public speaking in terms of street performance, because nobody here is going to block me from doing my work. I just go do my work daily. I mean, I have no girlfriend. I have no need for a girlfriend right now. I have no need for kids. I'm just 28 years of age. I understand I have the next 50 years and more to live life. I understand either way that I have the next, let's say, 20 years to make a kid. I understand either way I can adopt kids as well. I understand that no matter what, I understand communication is lifting people. I realize that Jesus have kids. I understand that Jesus has disciples, and that's his kids. I realize you are Jesus' kid right now. But understand either way that Jesus comes here to teach everybody, and that's what I do also. I follow in Jesus' footsteps, because what else is there to do? I mean, what else is there to do in life than teach you how to grow? I understand that when I teach you how to grow, I'd rather do it through music, I'd rather do it through life coaching, I'd rather do it for having a better attitude and nice beautiful performance every single day, because I understand that no matter what, I've been waking up now in the Q Space Hotel for about a month now, but I've been doing also nice beautiful accommodation in terms of my life, where I give $22 a night and I have a nice beautiful single bedroom apartment in Q Space Hotel Chinatown. But guess what? I understand when I come here now, I understand it's just a 15-minute walk, and guess what? I have a nice beautiful setting where I understand I'm really performing. I understand I have a nice beautiful schedule. I have no crowds around me. I have nobody else around me. I have no biological dad around me, because that guy is 1 hour away from me. I realize now I don't even talk to him. I don't even talk to my biological mother. I don't talk to anybody overseas that is my biological family. I don't talk to them because they waste my time. I mean, they're just wasting my time. I realize they've got nothing else to give me. I realize they've got no encouragement to give me. I realize they've got no plastic money to give me. I realize they've got nothing to give me. So I don't talk to people who have nothing to give me. I don't go to people who have no YouTube channels. I have no reason to go to people who have no Instagrams either. I realize if you don't have an Instagram today, I mean, you may have a website. So I may check your website. If you give me a business card, I may check it. But how else am I going to see you? I realize now, understand that no matter what, that the best business card in the world is one that grows. So if you want to grow, you grow your Instagram and YouTube channel, because those are the two main social medias today that you understand that are going to last the test of time. I promise you either way. I'm not on TikTok because I understand TikTok is something that people just come and see you one time, and then guess what happens? Or else they never see you again. I understand either way that from TikTok, people can actually come and see you through other realms. But guess what? I realize that either way, I understand that my Instagram and YouTube channel is something that I love to do. I understand either way that it's much easier to handle 2 social medias than handling 50 million social medias. I'd rather go to 2 social medias than 50 million. I understand either way, if you want to find me, you can find me on YouTube and you can find me on Instagram, because that's my line of work. I understand when I go on TikTok, I can only post 1-minute content on there. I understand when I go on YouTube channel, I can post up to 50 hours and more. I understand when I do that, I understand I'd rather go and really understand my nice beautiful work here, and I go and really understand to develop my beautiful schedule, which is right now. I always have a nice beautiful flexible schedule where I don't have to work a 9 to 5, I don't have to go and work for plastic money, because that's not a result. I understand the result of life is have a great legacy every single day. I thank you. I understand when you're more perfect, you understand how to grow yourself, you understand every single day, you go communicate, you go and make sure you're a great communicator, because that's what is potential. Otherwise, if you want to increase your potential today, you have to understand that courage is key. I understand anybody who understands that courage is very important is one that can get up on the camera and public speak daily. You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to come and understand yourself in how you speak daily, because that way you're going to really improve thyself to grow. You have to understand that thyself is really I love you. I is everything in terms of thyself. So thyself is another word for I. I understand I love you. I say thyself love you. I understand either way, I make sure I go and really grow that nice beautiful, or else I understand I grow that nice beautiful thou shalt not kill. And anything that's that in terms of life is self-love. I understand that either way in terms of life, I understand either way in terms of life that you go and really develop a skill of communication through every single language that you can speak. So go and learn Spanish, and go and learn Serbian, and go and learn Balkan, everything, and go and learn every single language out there, because it makes you smarter and it makes you something more. So understand when I come to Spain and I understand the whole language and I can speak it, I realize that it's much more impressive. And it's not because of them. I learn it because of I learn everything because of I don't do it for you, I don't do anything for you, I just make sure to give you that knowledge so that you can grow. I understand when you grow with my knowledge, I understand I grow every single day to the highest potential I can, because I understand when I do that, I'm always a peak performer, and I understand that growth is very important. So there is no shortcuts in growth. Otherwise, if you want to grow, you have to go one moment at a time, and you have to start doing it with communication alone, because only through communication do you really grow. I understand when I stay away from KFC, I understand that's really communication skills also. I understand when I stay away from drugs, I understand I'm communicating that all day long. I understand I stand for that. I stay away from drugs because that's what I stay in terms of, that's what I stand for. I stand for a sober life, so that's something that's communication skills. I understand when I come here, I stand for public speakers. I stand for somebody that loves to really give that knowledge every single day, because when you're giving knowledge all the time and you're looking people in the eye and you understand that leadership is very important daily, and you understand every single day to go and lift thyself all the time, I understand you have to give people attention. You have to understand to look around also, and understand that either way that there are other people that are looking at you as well. Otherwise, when other people are looking at you, you have to look at them in the eye. You have to understand to lift them up. Or else when you're lifting people up, you're always going to be much more. You're going to be much more of a peak performer. You're going to be much more of what you want to be. Because if you want to be anything, you have to write it down. You have to write it down in terms of life if you want to achieve it. I understand when you achieve something in life, I understand that's something that's beautiful. I understand when you achieve it, I understand then you go and give it. I mean, what do you want to be in life? Or else if you want to be anything, you have to write it down first. Because without writing it down, or else then you don't deserve it. I understand if you want to really achieve your dreams right now, I'll write it down. I'm always writing my dreams down onto a video. I'm writing them down into my nice beautiful phone, I'm writing it down in my journal, I'm writing it down in my quotes, I'm teaching you all about it. I understand I stand for something that I am. So whatever you understand that in terms of my journal, I understand I have a nice beautiful journal, I have a nice beautiful journal, thank you. I understand I say what you never do. I understand, then I say hair products. I say hair products, you never do hair products. So understand, no, I mean, never go get yourself cosmetic shampoo and soap. I mean, I don't even use that anymore. I mean, either way, I save money for that. I save money because I don't use shampoos, I don't use creams, I don't use all these chemicals. I stay away from chemicals, I stay away from anything that's unnatural. So understand that no matter how much they're saying that this shampoo is Garnier or something in terms of has lime or something like that, I understand either way that it's full of chemicals. So understand that anything that's chemicals today is no good for your hair, and it's no good for the individual that you are. You have to understand, you don't go eat chemicals, you don't go and put chemicals on your hair, because you have to be natural. You have to understand that you don't go and take away anything from life other than making sure that you're giving from life only. You're just giving from who you are. You have to understand that everybody's life here, but understand if you're carrying around, you can go to Kmart today, you can get yourself a $40 trolley, and guess what, you can carry everything today. I promise you, either way, you don't have to carry all these bags, you can get yourself a nice beautiful trolley, such as this one. I understand I gave $50 to get this trolley over here, but either way, you have to understand that this trolley comes with me to Brisbane, and it comes with me to Adelaide, and I can fold it as well. I can put it on the plane, I can fold it. And I always never have to carry a shoulder bag on me anymore. I don't have to carry my public speaker in terms of my portable speaker anymore. I don't have to carry my umbrella, I don't have to carry shopping materials anymore, because I put it in the trolley. I then fold up the trolley, I put it on the plane. I understand either way, I put it in a nice beautiful luggage condoning, and I understand either way, when you're condoning something you're forgiving, but guess what? I understand that either way, when you're condoning something, you're actually giving them something. So if you want to forgive, you have to give them. But understand either way, that a trolley is something nice that you have to have, you can fold it up, you put it on the plane with you, and just let's go. You have to understand either way that you have to be traveling lightly every single day. I promise you, it's much more worthy that you understand that what you want you can achieve if you just make people get it. I promise you have to make people get what their dreams are. You have to understand, you have to make people understand how to communicate daily, because when you're communicating all the time what you want, I promise you that's the best. I promise you there's nothing better than when you're communicating what you love in life. I promise you when I communicate my passion every single day, I love what I do. I understand when I communicate that I love you, I say I love you. I understand either way that when I grow, I make sure I grow in a way I grow with people, I grow around people, I grow with myself, I grow alone. But guess what? I understand that when you're saying the truth, for example, you can understand that if you're lying to other people, just make sure you're not lying to yourself. I mean, if you're lying to yourself and other people, otherwise that's blasphemy. Otherwise now, if you're lying to yourself, but you're not lying to other people, you have to understand then that it's really, that you're really blasphemy. I promise you, anything that's not blasphemy is you're not lying to yourself the most. I mean, don't lie to yourself. I mean, just make sure that if you lie to other people, I mean, don't lie to yourself. Because you cannot lie yourself out. You cannot cheat yourself out. But guess what? I realize that if you really want to be honest, you give yourself the truth and you give other people the truth. I realize now, one scenario is, for example, I eat in my nice beautiful time capsule at Q Space Hotel, and they say, oh, I realize they say, you must not eat food in your time capsule. And guess what happened? I realized that just recently, I understand, I'll go and see my nice beautiful bed sheet, and it has all this, let's say, outdated stuff on it, and it's really, you can see when the bread goes outdated, and it has all that green and all that. I realized it went on my nice beautiful bed sheets, and I put the bed sheet into my locker because I understand that I'll be here in terms of, I'll be at Q Space Hotel for the next, let's say, 15 days or something. But understand that I don't want to go straight away and say, oh, that this happened and all of this, because I don't want problems. So what do? I just went and grabbed that nice beautiful bed sheet that has all these nice beautiful, let's say, expiry dates on it and sort of food and drink on it. So what did I do? I understand I just went and put it into my locker. I put it into the locker, and guess what I say? I realize I'll give you guys money if you guys don't want the money. I realize either way, you offer them money. I realize if you ever damage people's stuff, I mean, just give them money for that. You understand? I realize you give them money for what you damage. So either way, understand that when you put bread on a bed sheet, I realize from the bread, I realize it goes and expires on the actual bed sheet. I understand that your bed sheet or your bed sheets or something like that, I realize that the cover up or cotton, in terms of the plastic, I understand it goes through the plastic and it starts to really dissipate into the nice beautiful bed, and it leaves marks everywhere on the bed sheets as well. And either way, I understand I look at that and I understand either way that I don't want to give it to them right away, because I understand that if I go and understand that I give them right away the nice beautiful bed sheet, or else they're going to say, why did you eat in your time capsule? I understand I delay them for 20 days or 30 days or whatever. I understand either way, I go and put that bed sheet into my nice beautiful locker and I leave it there for 15, 30 days. And then once I leave, I say, this is what happened over here, or else there was an accident or this. And if they ask you in terms of life, did you eat in a nice beautiful time capsule, even though in terms of your accommodation, I mean, did you eat in your accommodation? I mean, you say yes. And if you say no, you just say, I didn't eat in my time capsule. But then guess what happens? You have to understand that it's really that you understand that if you did eat, I mean, just make sure that you're not lying to yourself. So if you're not lying to yourself, you say, I didn't eat, because you have to start with the I. And that's not lying to yourself. So if you're lying to yourself, you're not starting with the I first. But if you want to give the truth to them and yourself, you say, I did eat, but guess what? Otherwise then they may give you a warning, or they may actually kick you out altogether. So either way, understand you must never be afraid about giving the truth, but understand that if you want to get away with it, you have to understand it's really put I first. I first is very important, because if you lie totally and you don't tell them the truth and you don't even put your I first, I promise you, then you're really blasphemy. I promise you either way that what I can say is I can say I didn't eat in the time capsule. I didn't eat in the time capsule, because where is the time capsule? I mean, where is the accommodation? I mean, what are they really talking about? I mean, I don't know what they're really talking about. You have to understand that what they are trying to state in terms of my accommodation and where I am is to never eat where my accommodation is. But where is my accommodation? Whereas my accommodation is inside my body. You have to understand now, they may say the time capsule and they may point to that. I mean, they may label it as a time capsule in terms of, they may label that as a portrait. I mean, how is that a portrait? I mean, how do you understand that I ate there? I mean, how do you understand that? You don't really know that. You don't really know that I went to eat in my accommodation. Although understand that what's important is go thyself in life, and just make sure that when you're going and giving the truth, you say, I ate in the time capsule. But then guess what? Whereas now, you're going to understand that you broke the rule of their nice beautiful hotel, and then they're going to say, you must never do that again. Or they may say, I need you out because look what you did. Or else either way, you must understand that if you choose not to say that and you choose to say, I didn't eat in your time capsule because I have something better to do, but understand that I put the bread on the nice beautiful whatever and it just made everything a mess. Or else either way, understand that you'll get a warning or they may kick you out anyway. But guess what? Or else you never lie. You just never lie. You just make sure you have your eye first. Or else it's very important that you understand that when you're rambling about something, you have to understand you're giving people ideas about what they can do and what they cannot do. But understand that if you want to do anything in life, you just say everything and take it on the chin. I mean, just make sure that you go and really understand to take it like a man. So when you're taking anything like a man or woman, you're just really giving those ideas. You're understanding that you're not blasphemy, you're not lying, you just give everything the truth. You have to understand that you have to set people free with that nice, beautiful information, but don't hide anything about yourself. Otherwise, if you want to be on the spotlight, you have to be great first. You have to understand if you want to be something great, you have to be public speaking. I understand when you do that daily, you just make sure that when you understand, when you ask Jesus Christ to give you the truth, and to really understand that Jesus Christ will say, yeah, I ate on the bed, I ate on the bed, and guess what happened? I realized I made a mess. I understand, I apologize for that. I apologize for that. I realized that I had to eat. I understand that. I understand, and then guess what? I realized that they may let you off, and guess what? I realized either way, understand that you go, and understand that sometimes people place these rules, and they place rules for nothing. I mean, they go place a rule, and they say, you must not eat on your bed that you give money for. Otherwise now, you don't give money for a bed, you give money so that you can go and live somewhere, and then guess what? I realize when you're giving money, you're not giving plastic money, you're giving really wisdom. You have to understand that when you give plastic money, otherwise it's just like giving wisdom. But understand that what's more important than plastic money is wisdom. I understand when I give you my nice beautiful wisdom over here, you have all the money in the world in that. I understand when I go and really perform and outperform myself every single day, I understand many people go walk, I realize many people go walk around me, but they don't really care about me. I understand most people don't care about me, but ones that really, let's say, dance to my music, or else they care. Or else they care to go and just dance. But they realize that when you understand, when you understand that somebody is dancing to the music that you're playing, or else they vibe with your music, or else they like your music. But understand either way that it lifts you, or else everything lifts you when other people love you. But when other people don't love you, or else you must stay away from them. I understand that when I get into a fight, I never get into a fight in the first place. I never get into a fight, but I understand that anybody who wants to get into a fight with me, otherwise they're more likely to, because you have to understand that I'm a smart ass and I say something and then they just hit me for no reason. Otherwise now, it's the same as Jesus Christ. When Jesus Christ was, let's say, put on the cross by many people, you have to understand that he's a smart ass. I realize Jesus Christ is a smart ass, and then people just don't like Jesus Christ for that. You have to understand, either way, they just go and hit you because you're a smart ass. I mean, they don't like it. I mean, just be a smart ass anyway. You have to be a smart ass, because if you cannot live your life because of some other people, I mean, then life is not worth living. So speak up more, and if they choose to kill you, I mean, allow them, just like Jesus Christ allowed himself to be killed. But guess what? I realize that Jesus Christ is still alive today in the knowledge that we give. I promise you, either way, you must understand that if anybody wants to harm you because you speak up and because you're a public speaker and because you look better and because you're helping more people, I mean, let them. I mean, don't try to go get them first. I mean, don't try to go and cause damage to the world around you. I mean, what you do is, every single day, understand that if you want something, you have it already. You have to understand that what you're lacking is I. You're lacking I. You have to say, I love you. I love you. I is very important. So the more you go and use that I, you have to understand that whatever they may have, I realize they may have 5 kids and you have no kids. You say, I have I. I have I over the kids. I have I over their kids. I is much more important than what they have. I understand many people have so much more, but guess what? I have I. I have the most. I have the most. But guess what? I understand that either way, you must never be embarrassed about yourself. You must not understand that anything that's really killing you is yourself. Promise you, it's either you're killing yourself, or you're dying, or you're growing. I mean, which one is it? I mean, are you going and really going to the casinos to chase woman, man? Or are you really going to develop woman, man? Otherwise, either way, you must develop everything. You must understand that if you want to chase anything, you chase yourself the most. Because when you chase yourself, you understand that's why I'm much more of who I am. Because I understand my I know my I understand I really grow myself in that nice, beautiful occasion. And when I grow, I really enjoy to be in the spotlight daily. Because when I go and grab the spotlight as much as I can, I grow as much as I can really quickly. I understand when I do that all the time, I understand it's really early days right now. You have to understand, if you're 28 and let's say you're 16 and you're 28 and younger, you're very early into the game. But anybody who's, let's say, up to 40, you're still early. And if you're 60 years of age, you're still early. Or else if you're 80 years of age, you're still early. I mean, it's always early. You have to understand that no matter what you're doing, or else that you can start today to do some videos. You can, over the next 20 years, make content you can make content online. You can start to really learn about the technology that you're really doing every single day, but you have to focus on yourself. You have to understand, when I started to public speak, I was so like this. I was so tense about my communication. I was so slow about my communication. I was just nicely uploading my nice, beautiful motivational videos recently, and I have a nice, beautiful motivational playlist in my YouTube. And when you go to check it out, you understand that my motivational playlist has videos that are 15 seconds long, and then it's a cut, and it goes into a new background, and into a new sentence, and new video. And then every single 15 seconds, or 1 minute, or 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, it changes scene into a different scene, and that's how I make my motivational videos. So I may be here, I may make 1 minute video here, and then I may go to the Opera House and make 1 minute video there, and I may go to the Harbour Bridge and make 1 minute video there. So that's my motivational videos. So I make 60 of those videos per 1 minute, and I put it together into a video of 1 hour, and I post it up online as my motivational video. So either way, I go and title it something, and either way, that when I make titles on YouTube, I make the smartest titles. I make something that's very interesting. Or as an interesting title is how to evacuate your systems through growth in intention of leadership. I mean, guess what? I mean, when you read that, I mean, you're going to really go and click on my nice, beautiful YouTube video to understand what that is. I understand when I go and understand to make those titles, I understand it's very funny about how I title. I may make another title like, I understand, for example, I may say, how to grow your mind out in terms of leadership in quality of excellence. I understand either way that it's a nice, beautiful title about leadership and excellence. So realize you just grab one word from that title and just go into the nice, beautiful video and understand it's about that word. Or else now economics, or else if you go to an economics expert today, or somebody who's a student, I'm not an expert. I never consider anybody an expert in life, even when they say so. I understand either way. Or else when they say so, I realize that's what they are. But guess what? I understand that I'm not an expert. I'm just a student. I'm a student of life. I love to really give my knowledge. So when I go and understand that I have, for example, Tony Robbins, I already understand what Tony Robbins is going to speak about. I understand his life and business and health. I understand his also economics and real estate. I mean, that's that. I mean, he may give you anything from that subject. I mean, he may give you Jesus Christ as well. So either way, I realize Tony Robbins does give you Jesus Christ also. So I understand either way. So you must understand that anybody who's a life coach is I'm a life coach. I'm also somebody who manages other people and their companies. I'm also somebody that gives Fortune 500 companies all the ideas. I give them all the ideas that ever is in life. I have all those ideas that I have to give you. I'm giving you more of that every single day, but understand that no matter what, that life is unlimiting. I mean, it's limitedness of life where you understand that you must be in yourself all the time. You must understand that when you're never limiting yourself, you're giving that knowledge all the time. So understand that companies come to me for favors and they say, Danny, I need you to come and help my company grow. Otherwise, what I do is I post my nice, beautiful YouTube videos and I say, just go into my YouTube channel and make all your employees watch my videos. I mean, that's that. I mean, what? I mean, do you need me at your public speaking event? I mean, go ahead. I mean, give me the nice, beautiful evacuation or plastic money to get there and give me the accommodation and all that and I'll be there. I mean, do you understand? Because otherwise I'll never come to you because guess what? I have something better to do. I mean, do you understand? I mean, do you expect me to give my plastic money to come to you? But you asked me. I mean, if you ask me, you paved the way for me. And that's that. I mean, I don't need to go to speak for your public speaking event. I don't want to public speak for your event. I want to public speak for my events. I promise you, mine is much more important than yours. I am much more important than your events. So if you don't want to call me, I don't need you. But if you want to call me, I'll come. Otherwise, it's that simply. Otherwise, it's that simple. I understand either way. I understand that what's important is what you want is what you get. But I understand that when I grow thyself all the time, I go and influence that nice, beautiful courage that I have, because I understand that if you call me, you shall pay the way. You shall pave the way, and not pay the way, but invest the way. Otherwise, you never pay anything. You know, you don't give payments to people. You don't pay them. You give them investments. You invest in them. You have to be an investor, as Robbie Kiyosaki says. So understand that I follow these mentors every single day, and I'm always posting on Instagram. I'm always posting a reel. I post one reel a day. I post one IGTV a day. I post also 60 photos into my Instagram a day. I post 100 photos in my Instagram story a day. I mean, come on. I mean, other people have at least 10 only a day. I mean, I post 100 photos of myself. Or they post other people in their nice, beautiful stories. So guess what? I understand that no matter what, that what's important is post yourself the most and work for yourself and not other people. I understand when I work for myself, I come here on a street performance and I just talk it up because I put it on YouTube. I'm not wasting time. I understand you can find it on YouTube today. So either way, I'm not wasting time. I'm here practicing my nice, beautiful public speaking event because guess what? I realize over the next 72 years, I promise you somebody will call me. I promise you if they don't call me, I don't expect them to call me because I still have business anyway. I still come and do my nice, beautiful business without them. I have always business in my life. I'm always doing something that's really going to help me. I don't need you for your business, man. I don't need you. I already have Jesus Christ in my life. I don't need your 50 million views that you have. I don't need what you have. I already have I. I know my I love I, and that's that. I understand when I go and really public speak, I'll go and do it for something great. I'll go and do it for Jesus Christ. I'll go and do it for myself the most. I understand when I go and do myself the most, I understand I love everything much more. I understand either way, I'm just making sure that everybody grows around me because when you're growing, you have to be influential, man. You have to understand that if you want to be influential, you have to be something much greater. I promise you, when you're really much greater than yesterday, you're really going to really pound that information into people. You have to give the information because that information is successful. I realize that everything that's information and speaking up more about that information is living up to it. I understand every single day that if I make a mistake, I go back to my I-U-Q rule. I realize I-U-Q is 3 letters. I, U, in terms of life, and also question, which is a Q. I understand the I-U-Q is how I really live my life. I first, I love you, and then I ask you a question also. I understand when I do that, I'm really, really much more in integrity when I understand that anything that's communication skills daily is understanding you must lift up. I understand I'm a music producer as well, but I have 72 years to make music and electronic music as well. I realize I just finished off my nice, beautiful album in terms of 2020, but I still have to add another 3-4 tracks and more into it because I understand it's still 2020, so I'm still making my 2020 album. I understand either way, it's much better than my 2016 album in terms of my music production. I understand that 2021 is something the next level. And then 2022, alright, that's going to be even better in terms of my music production. I have to invest that time. I have to give the time to do everything. But now I'm starting to sing as well in my Nice Beautiful tracks. I understand when I go and really sing, I understand I really, really dwell into that nice, beautiful favor. I go and raise my voice. You now mine in your arms, eh? You see how I go all day, eh? I show you my heart, eh? You my love all day, eh? You see how I go now, eh? You enjoy me now, eh? I show you amazing, babe. I understand either way, that's one of my tracks. I understand when I really sing it, you my love, babe. You love my baby, babe. But see, hey, yay. You love my baby, babe. I show you my baby, babe. I show you my baby, babe. I understand either way, I'm always singing something because I love to sing, I love to act, I can do some comedy as well. I can do anything that's comedy. I can always practice something on the street. I can do some music production on the street as well. And people can be walking past and I can be really, really understanding what I can be really understanding what I really love to do, and what I rather do every single day is understand thyself even more. I understand when I really, really go and understand how to sing, I go and dwell in it because my biological father is a singer of over 50 years. I understand my biological father has Serbian songs and you can go and check him out, Adule Milivojevic. I understand either way that when you go and really understand the D-U-L-E and then my last name on Nice Beautiful YouTube channel, you'll find my biological dad and you understand why he can also sing. But understand that I grew up watching my biological dad sing on the microphone and do functions with the microphone and hold weddings with the microphone. I understand he just goes and sings everywhere with the microphone. And now understand that he's not a public speaker, but guess what? Yes, he is also. I understand that he's more the type of individual who wants to help you to understand his voice. And that's that. I understand either way that when I go and grow up much more, I'm somebody of an individual that wants to teach you with the microphone something. And now everybody can teach you something. I understand that when you're loving something in life, you say everybody's more beautiful. Otherwise, everybody's much more in terms of their life. Otherwise, when I love everybody more, I then love everybody equally. I understand when I do that daily, I'm always making sure I have to go and respond to my consequences. And now when I have consequences, I grow with that. I grow with what my consequences and problems are. Because when I have problems, I write it down and I solve it. I don't ask you to solve my problems because if I need to ask you to solve my problems, you may ask me for $100, so thank you. Otherwise, now, understand that if I go to you and I say, solve my problem please, otherwise you'll say, give me 100 plastic money. You say, give me 100 in plastic money or Bitcoins. I'll solve your problem. Otherwise now, I don't want to give you the plastic money, so I'll go solve my own problems. I don't want to give you plastic money. I want to give you information though. I want to solve your problems for free. I don't want to ask you for plastic money. I don't need your plastic money, man. I need you to understand you need your own plastic money more than I do. I promise you. I don't want your plastic money. I want the information you have. I want your story. I want you to give some ideas. I want you to be developing yourself. I want you to motivate yourself. I want you to do that. I understand when I go and do that daily, I do it in front of a crowd, but I understand it's very important to do so every single day where you can go and look at thyself. I mean, I have to understand to strategize myself every single day. I have to go and plan an orchestra in terms of my life, and I have to understand how to really do everything. Because if I even want to challenge myself to do opera singing, I understand that I have to practice. I have to practice everything. I understand the more you can practice your talents in front of people, or else the more actually you're going to have business. So I understand that because I'm a music producer and life coach here, I'm probably a life coach and music production, I understand I have also, in terms of life, more opportunities. I can do comedy and acting. I understand either way, I have 4 opportunities over here where people can call me in 4 different realms of life. But I understand either way that when you give people information about yourself, you give them I. You say I is who I am. I understand I just do I work on myself, and if you love me, you love me. And if you don't, I grow you anyway. Thank you. I understand every single day when I go and really understand that what I have is something beautiful every single day, and it's really communication skills that I have. I have that nice, beautiful communication skills and tone that you really need in life. You need this nice, beautiful vehicle in your life. You need it every single day. So check out my YouTube channel and Instagram every single day, and come and check out some ideas, because I have over 12,000 photos of myself on Instagram. I mean, come and check it out. I mean, either way, that when I grow, I realize in 10 years time, I have over 50,000 followers of myself on Instagram. So either way, I'm always growing thyself. I'm always growing that nice, beautiful ability to be able to grow you. I realize when I grow you, I realize everybody in your family is going to love you. I understand when you understand that you're growing, you're always loving yourself even more. I understand that is the whole point of love. I realize it's really grow thyself and everybody else, and you understand why you must be a leader every single day. But you can find me at Danny Milivojevic, Instagram and YouTube. I understand either way, I understand that when I go and grow, I go and promote myself all the time, because if you're not promoting yourself, I mean, who else is going to promote you? You have to promote yourself. You have to understand you have to go and love thyself all the time. You have to understand that when you go and really understand to dwell in yourself every single day, you'll become more spiritual, you'll become something more of a leader every single day. You'll understand every single day you have to go in the heart, you have to understand to speak your heart out every single day. And when you do that, you're going to have a nice, beautiful entertainment quality of your life. I realize that when you're going and entertaining people, you entertain them through life coaching. You make sure that whatever is speaking out through your mouth is you. But make sure when you're speaking something through your life, I mean, make sure you're teaching it and not just saying it. I mean, don't just say it. I mean, teach it. I realize now, I understand that no matter what, I realize when I ask you questions, I realize that is just saying something. But I understand I'm learning from that. I understand either way that questions is something that you always need in your life. You need more of those questions in your life. So understand that when you ask a question, you always be yourself. You always be yourself when you're asking questions. So understand either way, you must learn. So to ask questions is to find out about Jesus too. I understand if you're not asking questions, you're not then ready to live. But I understand that some people are asking many questions and other people are not asking questions. And other people are not asking so much questions. So otherwise, I understand that those who are not asking questions today are not alive. I need to understand that if I ask more questions than you in life, I'm more successful than you. I mean, I understand that everybody from the past, in terms of my crowd that I grew up with, in terms of the Serbian community and Croatian community and all of this, I understand that not one of them is doing a street performance today. I understand definitely in the Serbian department. I understand that none of them are coming on the street to do a street performance. And now I understand that I used to do Serbian folkloric festivals and all that, and we used to get up on the street to do performances on the street, but that's together. I realize solo. I mean, I'm talking about solo. I mean, one individual out of all of us, I'm the only one doing these nice, beautiful street performances every single day. I realize I uploaded 600 videos into YouTube in 1 year. I have over 600 hours of video content on YouTube in 1 year. I understand either way that in the next year, I'll upload more than that. But understand either way that I'm really outperforming myself. You have to understand that when I go and do much more than yesterday, I'm always performing that nice, beautiful attitude. I understand that attitude is something that you have to have. But I never have time for others. I never have time for other people. I have no time for my biological mother. I have no time for my biological grandmother, who is very old. I have no time for her. I have no time for my biological dad. I have no time for them. I have no time for you either. But what I have time for is to make you grow. I have time to make you grow. I have no time to waste my time. I make sure I'm always growing thyself. I have to grow thyself. I have to grow you. I have to grow everything. I say when I'm growing all the time, I'm entertaining, I'm informing, I'm inspiring, I'm persuading. I understand when I go and persuade you to do something better, you're inspirational much more than yesterday. And that's what my job is every single day. I have to go and make sure that everybody around me is always much better. I understand when I do that all the time, I always have that nice, beautiful heart going. I understand when I have a heart, I make sure every single day go and deserve a greater lifestyle, because I understand I deserve to travel the world. I have that communication ability to do it. I understand when I go and do that every single day, I just go and travel. I make sure that either way, I'm traveling throughout life. Either way, I travel through Netflix. I go watch all these nice, beautiful movies really quickly. I have to watch the Spider-Man cartoon as well. I understand that my nice, beautiful attitude was this before. I realized that I didn't want to watch movies. I didn't want to watch these random movies of girls and all of this, like, what? I understand either way. I understand I didn't want to watch many movies and TV shows on Netflix and in today's shows. Because why? I had no time for it. But now I have time to watch all the movies and TV shows in the planet, because I watch the images really quickly. I just watch those images really quickly. But then understand this. I understand I go and click the new way in Instagram in terms of anything in terms of life. I realize that if I want a new image, I go and search up new images, and understand I just keep scrolling through those images, and I increase my life expectancy that way. I realize when I go on Instagram in terms of my Netflix, I go the new way. I go and watch something I've never watched. And that's the only way. I realize I have to press on it to watch it, and that's it. I realize it may be something unusual or something I may never watch, but guess what? I realize that because I watch it in 1 second, I understand either way, I'll just go and watch it, because I watch the images really quickly. I understand either way that I learn like that really quickly, and then I understand that it's about learning. But if I didn't, let's say, watch the images, I'll never watch those images then. I'll never even subscribe to Netflix. But because I watch the images really fast, I watch 100 images per 20 minutes. Or else now 100 minutes, or else 100, I say 100 images per 20 minutes, I watch more than that. I watch everything more than I said. I watch more than 100 images per 20 minutes. But guess what? I realized that what's important is understand that I watch all those images really quickly. But guess what? I understand that when I watch that, I understand that I never slow down. I start learning something really quickly because I learned something that I would never then watch it. I would then never watch it. But this enables me to watch it. I enable myself to watch Netflix and all those TV shows because I go through it quickly. I go and watch all those images quickly. So I understand that either way, that when I go and listen to music compositions, I go and really dwell in 2 minutes, and then I go 1 minute, and then I go 50 seconds, and I go for 40 seconds, and then I go and make sure that either way, I'm really going through the music really quickly. I understand that in this nice beautiful audio, you can go and toggle over into the 50th minute, and then the 49th minute, and then you can do it really quickly. And I speed read like that as well. I realize that when I go and read an audiobook, I go and press, for example, plus 30 seconds. I hear something, I hear 3 words, I say plus 30 seconds again. I fast forward 30 seconds. I go backwards 5 minutes, I go forwards 3 minutes. I start to learn really quickly about all these words that they're saying, and I get the rough idea. I mean, all you really need is a rough idea about what they're talking about. You don't need the full idea, you just need a rough idea. You just have to understand that, what's the rough idea here? I mean, I'm a public speaker, I have a nice attitude, I'm outgoing, I'm giving you ideas. I promise you that's a nice, beautiful, rough idea about my life. I realize that everything else is just a rough sketch about ideas. Or else when you have a rough sketch about what I'm doing, you're speed reading really quickly about ideas. And then you go, what's a rough idea about that? I realize that there's a nice, beautiful background, and there's shiny obstacles right there, and there's also nice, beautiful architecture. I love the clouds, and that's that. Then you go over here and you say, what's a rough sketch over there? People walking in and other people talking to other people, and what else is happening? I realize that the nice shop is nice and beautiful in terms of its setup, and that's it. Or else, what else? What's a nice beautiful sketch over here? I understand that there is a family walking together. I understand either way the one's pushing a trolley. I understand either way that they look happy. Or else now, are they happy really? Or else now, they're still alive, aren't they? Or else now, everybody's happy to a certain degree. Or else everybody's happy to a certain degree. But some people are happier than others. You understand? I'm happier all the time now because I understand that I'm always better than yesterday in my communication. I understand that nothing you say is going to lie. You can never lie in this world. I promise you, the truth always exposes itself. You always understand that no matter what you're doing, that if you go to jail, it's because you didn't follow Jesus Christ. You understand? Because Jesus Christ never went to jail. And now Jesus Christ was put in jail by other people. But understand that Jesus Christ himself didn't find himself in jail because of something that he did wrong or right. I promise you now, there's no wrong or right in life. But guess what? I realize that the best way is the truthful way. And understand that if you want to ever stay from, or else if you want to always stay away from prison, so you never have to understand anything else other than God, understand to go and understand you're really understanding your life here. So when you understand that everything in terms of ever and never, you understand that you must grow yourself anyway. But understand I must use all those words that I really have a capacity for. You must understand to go and really understand that true factor. Or else when you go and understand the true factor of what you said in terms of life, you'll summarize your whole video and you'll keep summarizing it. I understand when you summarize that video of yours every single day and what you're doing, you have to summarize your life. You have to summarize your whole 24 hours into 1 hour video. Every single day. Whatever you've been doing for the past 24 hours has to be in a 1 hour video. You have to be teaching that. You have to be teaching that, because if you don't teach a 24-hour day into 1 hour, you just missed out on 24 hours of lifetime to go and teach somebody something about your life in that 24 hours. So understand that I'm always here doing it. I'm always here understanding that no matter what, or else it may rain, or else let it rain. I'll go on the sidewalk somewhere and you'll walk past me and I'll be over there. But guess what I'll be doing? I'll be doing something else. I understand I'll go and do my nice, beautiful life coaching just over there, and I'll sit underneath like I do. Or else it may start raining. Or else either way, today I forgot my nice, beautiful raincoats. I understand I have my umbrella though. I understand when I have my umbrella, I just make sure I can still continue, and I can understand I have an umbrella like this, and I can understand no matter what, I'm always preparing myself for something great. But I understand I can put the umbrella here, and I can just make sure that this also goes like that. But either way, I understand I'm always much more prepared than yesterday. I understand when I prepare myself much more, I'm always loving thyself. I have to love thyself all the time. I have to grow myself, but I have to show you ideas. I have to give you those ideas. I understand that anybody who has a fast idea to give me, I mean, please, give me some ideas. I have to understand that no matter what, I'm here searching for those ideas. I need you to have a conversation with me. I need you to understand that if you want to be professional in your courage and what you're doing today, you have to understand that rough sketching. You have to understand anything that's a rough sketch is a speed read. You have to speed read everything. Go fast throughout life in terms of learning and growing. You have to learn fast. You have to learn about the crowd. I see a rough sketch over here. I see people over there are confused. I understand over here people are just walking around. I understand either way that it's a nice beautiful day. I understand that it's very quiet. I understand that there's somebody inspirational here talking on a public speaking microphone. I understand either way. What else can we see? There's a nice beautiful water pond over here. I realize there's a pond over here. I understand what else? Go and search for those ideas like I just did. That's growing. You're really consciously growing yourself. I realize when you're really looking for those ideas, you're looking for the small details. Look at these nice beautiful small details. What can I do with that? I understand when I do that, I can do something like that on my Instagram. I can also make sure to go and find those ideas. I understand that one there. How can I really help develop that? I realize when I understand that there's nice beautiful flowers over here, I realize that when I go and do that, I understand I can go and do that in a garden somewhere. But guess what? I realize when I do that, I can go and show people, and I can go show people a photo of that, and I can teach people how to also design that by sending them a photo of how it's done. I understand I just go and find those ideas. I seek the ideas of life, and then I give it to you in a nice, beautiful 1 hour video from 24 hours of videos. So either way, I'm always 24/7. I'm always making sure I'm working all the time about my life. I understand that no matter what, I used to wake up, I used to smoke a cigarette, I used to do some caffeine, and then I used to go to my 9 to 5 job at 6 o'clock in the morning. I have to be at the warehouse, and I have to be awake. But guess what? I realize I have 1 hour sleep and I get there. You understand? I realize because prior to the night, from 9 o'clock at PM to 9 PM, I was drinking coffee, and guess what? I realized for about 6 hours, I could not sleep. And then I only managed to get 1 hour of sleep, and then I go to the 9 to 5. And that repeats for 3 weeks, and then I get fired. I understand that I was not happy. I was not happy because I was drinking caffeine, I was smoking cigarettes, I was doing drugs. So I understand that is not the lifestyle, because understand that if you're doing drugs today, you have no business. I promise you, if you're doing alcohol and drugs and wine and all that today, and you're drinking wine because all your friends are doing it, I promise you, you're then not following Jesus Christ. And then it means that you're not confident about yourself and your ability to grow. So I understand I'm always sober. And that's why I can be in front of a camera, because I'm confident about my life. I understand that when I do anything in my life, I make sure I speak up more, and that way I'm always doing more. I understand when I do more, I always have more to give. I have to give more of my life. I have to give those ideas, but I'm much more enjoying my life now being in front of people, because I can see how people react. I understand when I see how people react, I understand how to help you every single day. I understand every single day I'm looking at that nice, beautiful individual every single day, and I say it's I. I is that beautiful individual. I understand that I have everything already. I understand every single day I'm go and perform that nice, beautiful attitude I have. I go and do it in a different manner, and I go and give I give an idea about it. In every single sentence, I'm finding those ideas to give you. I'm finding throughout the 2 hours or 3 hours or 1 hour that I speak in my nice, beautiful video or more, I give you those ideas. I give you because I'm searching for those ideas to give you. I'm searching for something to say. I'm searching for something to speak out, because I'm always on the offense about what I'm saying. So I have to find, in 10 minutes time, I have to find all those ideas. In terms of 10 minutes, in the next 10 minutes, I have to give you those ideas. So I have to search for them. I have to search for those ideas. I have to really understand. I have to be in the moment, and those ideas just come to me really quickly. I understand I always have an idea, but you have to understand white sugar is in ice cream. You have to understand to go and really educate yourself about that, because I stay away from white sugar. I understand it's no good, but I understand either way that my grandma, in terms of life, has diabetes. I understand why. I understand why, because of white sugar. I understand either way that when you have diabetes, you're actually going and doing everything candy. You're going and grabbing the soft drinks, you're grabbing the Fanta, and you're grabbing the Coca-Cola, and also you're grabbing pizza and cheese and all of this. And guess what happens? You become fat, and then you become ugly. You understand? Or else, either way, understand that you must get away from the lollies, and get away from the chocolate, and get away from the ice cream. It's been 5 years since I had an ice cream. It's been 5 years since I had one ice cream. I mean, do you understand how much discipline I have? Because I want to maintain my body weight. I want to be healthy. I want to make sure that either way that I stay away from the lollies, because lollies ruin my teeth. Or else lollies are full of candy. Or else lollies are full of sugar, in terms of white sugar, and it rots your teeth. I mean, Coca-Cola, I mean, it's been 3 years since I had a Coca-Cola or a Red Bull or caffeine or coffee and Fanta and Sprite and all that sugary drinks. I mean, it's been 3 years. I stay off of the white sugar. I stay off it completely because I understand that Red Bulls and all that and caffeine and cocoa powder, I stay away from it. I stay away from all these supplements. I stay away from meats as well. I realize it's been 2 years since I've stayed away from since I stay away from the meat. Or now I stay away from Pete. I don't know who that is. I understand either way. I stay away from everybody else. I stay away from you too, because I understand that you will never understand anything that I do. I understand now, when I understand that what I do in terms of my life, you have to understand that you have to read everything I have. You have to read all the content that I have to give. I mean, are you going to really understand me? You have to understand that either way, you may understand a rough sketch about my life. You must understand, you may understand a bit about my life, or else a bit in terms of my life. A bit of my life, or else a bit of my life is, or else a bit of my life is terms of, or else a bit of my life in terms of a small sketch or a bit in terms of everything is my eye. I understand when my eye is really important. I understand that you may understand just a little tiny bit of my life every single day. I understand my life is huge. I have a huge life every single day. I understand that everything I say today is I know my eye only. I know my eye. So anyway, I understand that when I grow, I understand I stuff up in my communication. But guess what? I realize that what's key is understand that when I understand just a little bit of my life every single day, and what I have to say in terms of your life and what I have to give every single day is my eye. I understand my eye is so important that I have to go back to that communication skill, and how did I really stuff up that communication right there? I understand either way, I must go and find that idea. I must go and embrace it. I must go and realize that there is a nice, beautiful attitude. I can go and fill up some sentences in that nice, beautiful method of where I had no eye. I missed out on the eye completely. I didn't say my eye because I started with the A first, and then I say a bit of life. Whereas now a bit of life, I understand either way. I'm much more performing now because I understand it's an A in terms of life. I understand that A is I. I understand anything that's really I today is something very important. So I understand that important is I. I for important. I mean, the first level of importance is I. I understand when I go and really dwell in that nice, beautiful sentence that I have, I find that nice, beautiful information to give, because I understand that there's always something more to give, and there's always an idea that I can give you. So I always search for it in every single moment. But I understand that everything that you're eating today is very important, because it's either the audio, and it's also the video work that you're doing, and it's also how you're looking, and it's also how you're dressing, and it's how you're communicating. Otherwise, everything you are is how you're reading, and it's also how you're eating and drinking food and drink, and it's how you're wearing your clothes, and it's really communication skills that you have to understand that no matter what, every single day you must boost that communication skill of reading much more, so that you can communicate much more, and so that you can go do something much more. Or else when you go do something much more, you understand that you never have to be anybody else but you. I understand that Wayne Rooney, for example, has a son, and he wants his son to be a Manchester United soccer player because he wants him to be like his father. I don't want you to be like your father. I don't want you to be like Wayne Rooney. I don't want you to be like you having your kids and then you want your kids to be like you. I don't want you to say for your kids to be like you. I want your kid to be like your kid. I want your kid to be unique and not you, because we already have one of you. Thank you. Or else either way, understand that. You understand? I mean, if I was Wayne Rooney and I have a son too, or else I would never ever put him to play soccer for Manchester United, even though I played for Manchester United for 50 years. I mean, understand either way. Wayne Rooney plays for Manchester United for 10 years or something, but guess what? I understand either way that what's very important here is don't raise kids to be like you. I mean, raise kids to be like Jesus Christ. I mean, that's how you do it. You have to understand, if you want kids and if you want something very, let's say, great, you have to understand to go where Jesus Christ is. I mean, don't go and be other people, and don't be like your father. I understand that there is also another individual from the crowd that I grew up with. I mean, his dad's a pianist and plays the keyboard, and then he wants his son also to play the keyboard too. And now it's father like son. I mean, I don't want you to be father like son in that kind of way. I want you to go and do something that you love to do, and not because of your father, and not because of something that other people told you to do. I mean, do you understand? I mean, go and understand that. I mean, either way, understand that my biological dad does microphone in terms of life. I realize he goes on the microphone, and I go on the microphone, but I understand that I don't want to be like my biological dad. I go on the microphone, I'm inspired by the microphone in terms of my life because I understand my eye. I understand that when I go and inspire myself to be on the microphone, I may be like father, like son, like this. But either way, I'm not exactly like my biological father. I don't want to be exactly like you. I want to be something different. I want to do something different. And yes, I realize that my biological father goes on the microphone as well. So you can say like father and like son. But understand, I do something totally different than my biological dad. I sing a different way. I also go and public speak in the microphone, and I teach life coaching as well. I realize now everybody can teach life coaching. I realize everybody can go and do something different. I realize everybody has something in them that says, yes, I'm great. I realize everybody's great today, but guess what? I realize that only few make it to, let's say, the spotlight. I have a star up here. I'm a rising star. I understand either way that you must be a rising star. You must teach your kids how to really grow and get on the microphone really fast, because I have a nice, beautiful social media. I have a beautiful Instagram. I realize every single day I'm making sure that you understand some information today. I realize it's very important. I understand when I grow myself all the time, I'm always making sure you have what you need every single day. I understand it's really make sure that what you need in daily life is a better you. You need a better life. You need a better strategy. You need a better idea. You need a better business. I have a business for the rest of my life. I have a business all the time. I never have to work a 9-to-5 job. I have something to do. I'm a singer. I'm an actor. I'm a talent. I'm also a music producer and also an actor in terms of comedy. I can also public speak on a microphone and do life coaching. I mean, come on. I'm a peak performance coach. I'm a weight loss coach. I'm a vegan coach. I'll teach you how to be a vegan then. I can just make my life veganism and just stand for that. I can just talk about veganism all my life, and that's that. I realize either way, I'd rather do music on the side. I'd rather do something else. I'd rather go and perform rapping and do some rapping and beatboxing on the side and just go and live my life to the fullest. I mean, go and learn everything that you can and you'll find your way. I mean, if you're learning everything you can and you're doing your best to learn and grow as much as you can every single day, you will be great. I promise you it's that simple. I promise you every single day I'll go and learn as much as I can and I'll put it into a video. Because if you learn for 2 hours about my communication, but I do it. I do it. You're just reading. I'm doing it. I understand there's a big difference. I understand that when you're walking and you see a public speaker, you may see one public speaker. I see 1,000 people today. I see 1,000 people who are watching me today, public speak. Otherwise, you may see one public speaker though. I'm the only public speaker in Sydney right now. I'm the only one who's actually going on the street and doing these public speaking performances. But understand either way that I'm doing my work. I'm doing my work. I'm doing something that I believe in. I believe in I. I believe in my I. And that's how I really grow. I grow through understanding that anything that you want, you have to be accountable for it. You have to understand that if you want to be responsible today, you have to teach yourself leadership. You have to teach yourself how to really grow. You have to teach yourself how to walk faster. You have to teach yourself how to learn faster. You have to teach yourself how to lose weight. You have to teach yourself how to become a vegan, like I do. You have to teach yourself how to look greater and how to understand much more fashion in life. You have to teach yourself. I understand that when I teach myself everything, I teach myself how to really grow. I mean, I have over 20,000 photos in my nice beautiful Mega Drive, but in Instagram I have over 12,000. I understand either way that I go and teach myself every single time how to brand myself and how to really do a fashion show every single time. I understand when I go and achieve my nice beautiful wisdom every single day, I'm going to do something different all the time. I just make sure to go and do some extra sometimes. I understand when I go do some extra, I understand I finish my 1 hour. I understand either way I'm doing some extra now. Because guess what? I achieve my goals. I achieve my goals. I understand that what 1 hour of communication is on the street in front of people. I mean, when I started my first course, I started in my bedroom. I mean, I was so scared to get up in front of people. I mean, and those videos were 10 minutes long only. Whereas now I can do 1 hour in front of people. I mean, there's a big difference between a 10-minute video that's not in front of people and 1 hour videos that's in front of people. I mean, there's a big difference. And there's a big difference in my communication from my course 1 in my how-to series to my course now. I mean, come on. You have to understand either way that I'm something that's just really growing all the time. I'm really looking for those ideas all the time, but I make sure every single day I go and self-reflect upon my life, because what's important is traveling right now. I mean, traveling right now is so important in my life especially because I have the next year to travel. I have the next year to travel everywhere that I need to go, but I understand that what's important is I have to develop thyself, or I have to develop thyself as I travel along. So it's a laptop lifestyle for me because I have a laptop just to have music production in my life. I use a laptop so I can go on YouTube as well and so that I can learn something. I don't just use laptop for shits and giggles. I don't use laptop ever for Facebook. I never use laptop for Facebook. I never use laptop for Snapchat. I just make sure I go and use technology for something that I need. I realize that there are many kids and teenagers on Snapchat, but they do not want knowledge. You have to understand that what you need to understand, that you go on YouTube and Instagram today and go and put knowledge there and understand that Snapchat, or else anybody who's on Snapchat can come and follow you. You understand? Because don't waste your time on Snapchat and teenagers. I mean, don't waste your time on them. Because understand they just want to do drugs. I understand, I promise you, most teenagers today on Snapchat want to do drugs and that's it. I mean, they don't care about you, and they don't care about your business, and they don't care about what you want. I realize either way, that what's important is you Snapchatters out there, you have to come and follow me because I'll never come and talk to you. I realize either way, understand that no matter what, I understand that what's important is understand that when you have a crowd around you, you go and really be berserk. I mean, be berserk in front of them and understand to just teach them something. I mean, teach them everything about your life and what did you go through and why did you go through it and how you're going to give those ideas and how you're really going to make a business forward. I understand either way that I'm always saving money now in terms of my information because information is a commodity. So when I'm saving information, I'm giving it. I'm giving all that I can every single day to go and be a requirement of life and a somebody of life. So either way, understand that when I give those ideas daily, I go and really self-reflect upon my life every single day because I have to give you some ideas today to understand how you're really going to grow. You're going to grow through some ideas. You're going to grow through some ideas because I understand that's how I grow. I grow through financial literacy. I grow through economics. I grow through being nice. I go through encouraging public speakers to grow. So when I see a public speaker on the street or something in terms of street performance, I say, yes, I mean, come on, I need you to rise it up, baby. I need you to motivate people who are public speaking and who are doing street performances every day. I mean, be aware to say, yes, I need you to lift up. I need you to really be strong. I need you to understand that no matter what, that you go and understand to have an enthusiasm about you because everybody who has an enthusiasm also has a characteristic of charisma because anybody who's charismatic is also Shawn Michaels. I mean, come on. I mean, either way, understand that no matter what, I used to watch wrestling. I still watch it sometimes, but I understand now I'm really strict about wrestling. I stay away from it. Totally, because I understand I stay away from other people's music as well because I want to focus on my music and my life over that. I understand I realize what's important is when you're watching anything in terms of UFC or you're watching wrestling or cars or Formula One or sports like soccer or something like that, I mean, go and generate your own ideas because they're not going to give you ideas. I mean, they're not going to give you that much ideas. You have to understand that every single day you must be generating those ideas for yourself. I mean, regardless. So I go to ones who go and stimulate my mindset and give me that nice beautiful audio that I need every single day. And I understand to go and pick up a sentence that they're saying and I go and start solving equations that they are talking about. I mean, when they, for example, in terms of Lewis Howes gets a question about, and he asked a question recently about how to sleep properly. And the guy starts to really dwell into that. And he starts to really give Lewis Howes all this information about sleep. I then go into my nice beautiful journal and I start to write down how to really sleep better as well. Because I just take action upon that as well. I mean, I don't need other people to ask me. I just go solve that equation for myself also. I mean, do you understand? So I get some questions or something like that that entrepreneurs or people online in terms of YouTube are asking other people. And then I just go and write down in my journal. I just write it down and I give you the answer there as well about what I believe. You understand? Because you have to give that nice beautiful answer of you and what you believe in. I mean, you need to speak about that. You need to speak about yourself and you have to have a belief in yourself every single day to grow. Because if you don't have a belief in yourself to grow, then what are you going to do in life? You have to understand, you have to believe in yourself. Because many people around me as I was growing up, I realized they want to kick me down and they want to waste my time and they want to give me drugs and they want to just do nothing with me. I don't want to be around nothing people. I don't want to be around people who just want to give me drugs. I don't want drugs. I want business. I want some ideas. I want a great attitude. I want you to inspire me. I don't want you to go around me. You understand? I want you to go around yourself. I want you to go love thyself. I want you to go love yourself daily and say I love you 50 million times in the mirror. I understand when I go and do that all the time, I'm always making sure that either way, I understand Pitt Street from here in terms of Sydney, Australia, I understand Pitt Street is Pitt Street Mall. I understand you can go there, you can check it out. I understand that there are a lot of buskers that come there, but there are a few. I mean, either way, I mean, there's several buskers that can come there. And guess what? I realized that from the 11th of December to the 1st of January, I realized it's closed down. And why is it closed down? Because others are saying that they want to take away your opportunity. So guess what? You go and make your own opportunity and go somewhere else, such as Martin Place, and go and do a public speaking performance here then. And just do it on your own. And otherwise, understand me right now in terms of my eye, that I just go and create those opportunities for myself, because I understand that what's important is not plastic money. I understand it's really giving your heart in terms of information, and really understanding that if somebody wants to go for you because of a Ferrari that you have, I mean, they don't really love you, do they? I mean, understand, I never give them the opportunity to go for a Ferrari. I understand that if you want to go for me, you're going to go for me and not for my plastic material in terms of what I have in possessions. Whereas now, this is a plastic material. Whereas anything that's plastic is outside world. So understand that most women today, or men today, will go for somebody because they have plastic in their life. I mean, I don't care about plastic because I don't like fake people. And now, guess what? I love fake people. I love everything in life. I understand that what's important is understand that you must love everything, but understand that you never go for fake people. You never go for anything that's materialistic and plastic. I only use the plastic. I use what I have so that I can go and have a greater life. Whereas now, those who understand they have a nice beautiful Ferrari, I mean, why do they have a Ferrari? I mean, because they're either trying to impress you or because they really love a Ferrari. I mean, either way, understand that if you need a Ferrari today, I mean, get one. I mean, but understand that what's more important than a Ferrari is teach people. I am much more important than a Ferrari. I'm much more important than a jet. I'm much more important than anything else when I'm really teaching you. I mean, anything that has a human heart or a heart today that's actually walking around today is much more important than a Ferrari. I mean, understand that most people fall so short of their success that they love plastic materials more than themselves. I mean, they love the trolley more than themselves. Otherwise, if you kick their trolley, I mean, they're going to kill you. I mean, literally. I mean, they'll kill you for the plastic trolley. I mean, understand, those people have no hearts. I mean, they love the materialistic aspects more than themselves. I mean, they're people who are drug addicts. I mean, drug addicts love material in terms of plastic, because plastic material is also cigarettes and alcohol and drinks and food and drink. Or else that if you throw away their food, or else if you throw away their food, or else that means you're killing yourself too. But guess what? I realize either way, understand that you don't need food and drink in terms of the outside world. You just need yourself. Or else all you need is yourself. I understand that in this life, if you choose not to eat food and drink, you will live. You'll live. I understand either way that you must believe in yourself to do that. You must understand to delay gratification as much as you can. Because Jesus says delay gratification. But when you eat an ice cream, whereas when you go for an ice cream, I realize that's gratification, isn't it? But Jesus says delay gratification. I understand Jesus here is saying that you can go for the next 100 years without eating food and drink in this lifetime. I understand either way, you have to believe in yourself that you can do that, and you do it. Or else whatever you believe in, you can achieve it. Or else now, if you don't believe in much, or else it's because you believe in other people more than yourself. Or else it's because you believe in the trolley more than yourself. I mean, there are some people who actually talk to the trolley, and now when they're talking to the trolley, or else that they're really talking to themselves, but they believe that the trolley is more important. You understand? Or else either way, understand that what's more important is understand that when you see people talking to themselves on the street and they're talking out loud, or else it's just that they're having a conversation with themselves. I understand I've seen a man just recently in the nice beautiful suburb which is Broadway and Glebe in here in terms of my Sydney requirement here. I understand that there's a nice beautiful suburb called Glebe in terms of life here in Sydney in terms of my eye. I understand either way, this man is sitting down and on a laptop and is going you have to understand that what this means is this man is singing to himself. And now understand that when you look at people who are making those noises out of thin air and they're just going or else when they're doing that, you have to understand that what they're really doing is they're communicating something to themselves and other people. And they're saying that they're trying to cheer up and they're trying to really have a better time because they're so depressed in terms of life. And now understand me now in terms of my eye, that when you see people who are doing this, I mean, understand that they're just trying to talk to themselves into a greater lifestyle. Alright, now what they are trying to do is they're trying to make some noises so that they can so they can motivate themselves. I promise you that there are many people out here in terms of life, in terms of right now, they are really suffering. And they're suffering because they're drinking alcohol because their brother is. And they're drinking and doing drugs because of their sister or their mother or father. And they're going downhill and they're doing what their mother and father are doing. And they're doing what the crowd is doing. And because of that, or they're getting into trouble with the police. And because of that, or they're going to prison because they're not following Jesus Christ. Or now, if you follow Jesus Christ, you're not going to be doing what the crowd is. And you're not going to be doing what the mom and dad of yours is doing. But understand that your mom and dad is you. Your brother and sister and cousins and ancestry is you. Or else you're not working for anybody else other than you today. I mean, how good does it feel when you wake up like I today? I promise you now, this is how I wake up. I'm my own boss. I have my own car. I have everything. I have my own driving wheels. I have all the money in the world. I go and do whatever I want to do today. I have no girlfriend, but I have something more. I have myself today. I have something much more. I have a nice, beautiful career. I have a nice, beautiful studio. I have a nice, beautiful rainbow in my heart. I realize either way, that when you wake up, I mean, how does it feel when you wake up and you say, I have everything I ever need? I mean, who's going to stop me? I mean, when you wake up and you understand every single day, you say, I'm happiest I've ever been. I mean, that's something strong. I mean, that's something vigor. I mean, that's something strength that you need every single day. I wake up very happy because I understand I'm very much better than yesterday. I'm always doing something much better. I'm always focusing upon what I love to do every single day. And when I go and do that, I'm writing it out. I'm writing my happiness out. I'm writing to help you as much as I can. And when I help you as much as I can, I will help myself as much as I can. I promise you, if I don't want to help you, what does it mean? That I don't even want to help myself then. I want to help myself, so to help myself, I have to help you. Alright, now that's the only true caliber that you ever need in life. So understand that when you speak on a public speaking microphone, I mean, go and do it first. I mean, understand that you can have all the ideas in the world. I can give you all the ideas, but if you're not doing it, or else then you'll never learn. You have to go do it. I understand that in 2019, all I was really doing is putting videos together and putting it on my nice, beautiful Mega Drive. And now, as I was nicely and beautifully accumulating these videos, I started to get more confident in 2019. But I went to Melbourne, I went to Hobart, I went to Cairns, I went to Townsville, I went to Manique Island, I went to Adelaide, I went to Perth, I went to all these places. I went to places I've never been before in Australia. But guess what? I realised now I still have an opportunity to go finish the next 7 weeks of Australia, and I've completed Australia in terms of my eye. I understand either way that I have to go and really understand that no matter what, that there's always somewhere to travel, and it's going inside of you today. I understand when you go inside of yourself today, you must understand that you must never be sick. So you say, I'm not sick today, I'm very positive, I'm something affirmative of life that's really much more than yesterday. So understand, to just always understand to give those ideas. Understand when you give those ideas, you have to go traveling. You have to travel in the wisdom. You have to travel in your nice, beautiful heart. But if you really dig into that information, I promise you, you'll get all the talents you ever need. You'll also get everything you ever need in that nice, beautiful knowledge of Jesus Christ, which is the Bible. I mean, you go and dig into it. I mean, that knowledge is all knowledge. I mean, go and dig into knowledge anywhere. I mean, it doesn't have to be the Bible. I mean, go everywhere to find the knowledge. You anyway make you make yourself around. You go around to the Bible anyway. Or else if you go opposite to the Bible and go and learn about evil, I mean, go and just be somebody who learns about evil and the opposite of the Bible. And understand, if you're learning about the opposite of everything, I mean, you'll find the Bible anyway. So I realize any road will get you there if you're learning. Or else if you're not learning, I promise you no road will get you there. I promise you, if you're not learning, you have to grow. You have to grow to be able to understand how to be understood and how to accomplish what you need. But if you want to accomplish what you need today, you have to write it down. You have to understand that everything that's really much more important in terms of life is freedom. So when you have freedom of choice every single day to go and understand what you need every single day is a better life for yourself. You have to understand, you have to look better, you have to feel better, you have to understand to get on the video today. I need you on the video, I need you to start public speaking. I don't care how you look today, I need you to start doing it today. I need you to understand that every single day, you must understand to believe in thyself every single day, because that's what I do. I make sure every single day I have that nice, beautiful, important feel. I feel significant. I feel significant. I don't need you to make me significant, man. I don't need you woman out there to make me somebody. I'm already a somebody. I don't need you people to make me confident. I don't need you people around me at all. I already have everything. I'm just here to give you that knowledge, and that's it. Otherwise, I don't need you women out there to make me a kid. I don't need you. I have adopting kids. I can go and adopt kids. Otherwise, every single day, I make sure that what you understand, that if life is against you, you just never be against yourself. You must never be against who you are. You must lift yourself. You must lift the individual you are every single day. You must be divine. Otherwise, divine starts with divinity. You must understand, when you're divinity in life, you understand how to be more conscious. You understand every single day to go and do what you love to do, but self-reflect upon your attitude today and understand why you must love thyself all the time. You must understand that what you want today is a better you. You must understand to be more courageous and get on the microphone and start doing it. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, it's one step. I mean, it's just one step, but you have to have a passion for it. You have to have a passion for speaking about something, or else either way, I'm 28 years of age. Or else either way, I understand for the next 72 years, I'll be public speaking. I'll be doing music production. I'll be doing some acting. I'll be doing some comedy work. I'll be doing some beatboxing and everything. You have to understand that whatever you want in life, you can achieve it if you understand to just go where the information is today. I mean, just understand I have to practice and 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 practice to make myself a master. Otherwise, I'm only a master when I'm learning. I'm only a master when I'm still growing. Because you have to practice to grow. You have to practice your skills. You have to practice a different way. You cannot walk the same way at the same time with the same person. You must walk a different way. You must understand that what you're wearing today, you must wear a different way every single time. Or else every single time you must wear a different way. You must wear what you have every single day. Something must be different. Or else something must be different in a better way. You must understand that when you're really much better than yesterday, you're going to power drive that nice, beautiful information you have into people's heads, and then you're going to realize why you're bazonkers. You realize why you're really electricity, and why you're really thriving in life, because you're giving those people ideas. You're giving a brainstorm. You're giving everything in terms of thunder and everything in terms of lightning and life, because I give you that information and I make you succeed, baby. I make you succeed, because either way, when I make you succeed, I guarantee my success. I guarantee my success when I give you an idea. But when I give you an idea, you may not guarantee your success. I mean, do you understand what that means? I mean, if I give you 10 ideas, I'm doing it. But if I give you 10 ideas, I'm much better for it. But if I give you any kind of ideas today, I'm much more successful because I know my I. I'm only my I in life. I understand that whatever I have today is when I give you an idea, you may not take action upon that idea. Otherwise, if I give you 1,000 ideas today and you don't take action, otherwise I'm much more successful than you because I'm doing it. I understand that either way, you're either with me or against me. I mean, what is it? I mean, either way, I understand that nobody here today in terms of my life, except for I understand, I know my I. Although nobody here in terms of my life understands anything except I today. I understand I only. I just look at my I. I understand that you know nothing except your I today. I mean, the only word you ever know in life is your I. I mean, that's it. I mean, you know nothing except I today. You only know your I, for I love you. I understand when you start knowing leadership, you don't know leadership. You don't know what leadership is, like the police officer from Sydney, Australia. First, now that guy says that he knows leadership. First, you don't know leadership, man. I know my I though. First, you cannot know anything in the Bible or anything in life other than I itself. And that's that. I is the most important. So when I go back to the I figure out a better way to understand that my communication skills starts with I and ends with I, and starts with you and ends with you, and starts with a question and ends with a question. I understand that's the communication skill of life. So when you're doing that all the time, you're doing it a different way all the time, because I understand that's what's important. I understand when you're doing it differently, you're really going to self-reflect. But if you understand anything in terms of ideas that I give you, I may give you ideas, I may give you something that's really not blasphemy, because I understand I never blaspheme anything, because anything that's blasphemy is when I say something, I never do it. Whereas now, a blasphemy type of individual is saying that they don't smoke, but they continue smoking. Whereas now, because I don't smoke, I say I never smoke, and I just live up to it. Whereas now, anybody who's a blasphemy or a liar is somebody who says they don't smoke, but they actually smoke, or they go kill somebody, and they say they never killed them. Whereas now, understand that what you do is what you must say. Whereas now, understand that if you killed somebody, you say you did. You say you killed somebody then. Or else either way, that what you must understand is you must go and speak out the truth about what your life is. Understand, if you ate in your accommodation and they don't allow it, you say, yes, I ate in my accommodation. I ate some information. I ate everything. You understand? I mean, what's food and drink? I mean, food and drink is information every single day. I mean, everything in terms of life. I mean, they may label food and drink as the actual apple and banana. I realize that's not food and drink, man. I realize what food and drink is, I realize is your I. I love you. I is everything. I. I understand when I have my eye all the time, I'm always making sure I deliver that nice, beautiful quality. I understand that anything that's a lie today is something that is not recording you and is not really helping you to really achieve what your dreams are, and they're not really sharing you around, and they're not doing anything to support you. I realize that's the biggest lie. I realize now what is the best in terms of the truth is anything that really supports you and that loves you every single day, and understanding every single day that no matter what, you must go back into your eye. You must understand your eye is something valid. So understand no matter what, you go and really deliver that nice, beautiful information daily. I understand when I do that, I go and finish up every single day in a beautiful way, but I understand that what's important is I keep going so I can give you those ideas as much as I can, so that I can really understand that when I finish on time. I finish in a better way. I finish punctually. I finish in leadership. I finish in my I the most. I finish everything in terms of my life with I, you, Q rule. I understand when I do that, I make sure I'm always thankful about my life. I understand when I'm thankful about my life, I never am anything other than I. I understand I is very simplified in terms of my I. I understand when I love you, I understand why I love myself. I understand I really have to go and grow thyself all the time. I have to go and really find out a strategy. Or else, any kind of strategy do you have? I mean, do you have an idea? I mean, do you have anything to give me? I have so much to give you in terms of my ideas. You can come and check out my YouTube channel and my Instagram. I have over 600 hours of video content I give you. I give you so much content. I understand when I give you content, I have all these nice, beautiful videos. I give you all these nice, beautiful lectures in terms of Jesus Christ and the Bible and information and making you better. I make sure everything that you have in terms of life, you have a nice, beautiful, everything in life. I understand that's what I do. I make sure everything in terms of life is lifting up. I understand when I lift people up, I make sure everything is accountable. You have to be responsible. You have to be leadership every single day. I understand when you're leadership, you're really going to have a quality in your life. I understand when I do that, you must be smiling. You must be happy. You must be happier. You must understand that no matter what you're doing today, you must be doing better. You must be understanding something better than yourself all the time. Otherwise, when you're always lifting yourself, you're going to have much more courage. Or else when you have much more courage than yesterday, you're going to really find out about yourself. You're going to really have that nice, beautiful, you're going to have a nice, beautiful passion today, which is information. You have to get the information. I have a YouTube channel, I have Instagram. I mean, come and get a photo and understand you can follow me. You have to understand you have to have a mentor in life. You have to have something that's really going to encourage you. I encourage you for the next 72 years. I'm very successful. I understand either way, you must understand when you go and do something that's really successful, you're going to do some information, because anything that's information based is something that recognizes who you are. I understand when I recognize you, I'll look in the eye and I'll say I love you. I mean it. I understand when I do that, I make sure I'm always honest. I'm always honest about who I am. I understand either way, I thank you very much. I understand either way that no matter what, I realize that when you have kids around you, and you really have to inspire them to really grow. I realize they're going to remember you in 20 years time, and they're going to say, that guy there can really public speak. I understand either way that you must understand that what you're doing today must be important. But when you're really important, I mean, understand to promote yourself. I mean, promote yourself and understand to let bygones be bygones. I mean, understand that you never go and cause violence, and you never do anything other than leadership today, and just make sure that you understand that. You have to understand that what you need today is public speaking. You have to understand, you need to understand that you have to lift your kids, you have to lift everything around you. I understand when you lift yourself so much, you're going to be so much more privileged in yourself to grow. I understand when you go and really grow people, you go and find out a better way. You go and find out something that you really want to do. Or else I understand that no matter what, that when I really go and project that voice, I understand I go back to the eye and I just really project it at people. I project what I say because I understand who I am. I understand what I say every single day. I understand who I am. I understand that's why I really lead people, because I understand I'm really serious about leading. I understand that's a nice, beautiful projection that I do. I understand, I mean, do you understand me? I mean, either way, I mean, that's acting. I mean, if I have to act right now, I just make sure either way that you understand that I can act. I can understand that no matter what. You, sir, you seem like somebody who wants to be a smartass. I mean, either way, I mean, it's just words, but guess what? You must understand to go and really understand, to really know thyself and what you're really saying, because if you really want to be funny, You'll be the attraction. You'll be the attention. You'll be somebody teaching something. Whereas now, understand that if I ever have to be an actor in a film, I will never do what they want me to say. I will go write my own script down. I will go and make sure that in your film and in your cinema movie, I write my own script down and not based on your script. I mean, that's how you get me as an actor. I will never ever go and say the words that you want me to say because you wrote them down. I will write my own script down to what you made. I'll make sure I write my own words because I have a certain way of communicating, and I never communicate the way you want me to. I communicate the way I communicate. You cannot write scripts for other people. You cannot do it. But yes, you can too. You can also write scripts in terms of life as long as it's the IUQ rule. And now, if you're not starting every single script with IUQ, or else then I will never even be an actor for your film. I understand either way that I'm always understanding that anything in life that wants me as a business partner is somebody that can never give me plastic money to work for them. I am much more worthy than plastic money. I have much more resources to give you than anybody else in the world. But because I understand that, I understand when I give you something for nothing, I'm always making sure I give you more and more and more because that's how powerful I am. I'm powerful and I'm magnificent and I'm fantastic and awesome and I'm really incredible and almost impossible. But guess what? I am always possible. I am always impossible also in my eye. Alright, now what is that? Alright, that is something amazing. But guess what? Alright, that impossible starts with I. Alright, if you want something to, alright, if you want to do the impossible, you have to start with your I. I love you. I understand that the first word of impossible starts with I. I am possible. I can do it. I can do the impossible. I am possible because I can do the impossible. I understand either way that what you want is what you can have as long as you go and write it out. You have to understand you have to go write that journal out. You have to start today. I understand either way that as soon as you start your journal, I mean your journal can be a video. I mean your journal can be audio. I mean your journal can be one quarter. I mean you can have a quote for yourself and just write one quote and make thousands of them. And then eventually you'll become a better writer in the process and you'll start to write. I write over 50,000 words about myself every single day. I love myself so much that I'll go and public speak about you every single day. Because I understand that what's important is really lifting people. I understand when I lift people all the time, I'm very much more interesting. I'm much more interesting when I lift you than delift you. I understand when I delift you, I say, I don't want you to be successful. I don't want you guys to inspire people. I want you guys to go and do something that is not you. I realize now that's delifting people. I realize I want you guys to just grow. I understand that when I lift you, I want you to understand that anything that's lifting you today is saying you must be yourself. You must be lifting people. You must be understanding that life is on your side as long as you help people. And that's that. Otherwise, either way, you must help people one way or another if you want to be someone far more. Because when you give a service, you give a service of communication only and not something to make plastic money with. Otherwise, now understand that it's not about plastic money. Understand that if you want to understand that you can always do what you love to do. I mean, nobody can stop you. I thank you. I mean, nobody can stop you from doing what you love to do. You have to understand that there's always something that you can do every single day. I understand when I play music over the top of somebody that's really, let's say, doing a street performance, I understand how it feels. I understand, I love it. I love other people playing music over the top of my music. I mean, either way, that is how it is. Now, I understand that when I go and do that, I understand how it feels. So what do? I let it be. I let it be because guess what? I realize that I don't go and pump music where your public speaking program is and start, let's say, disturbing you with my music. I realize now, I understand that when you go and walk through people's nice, beautiful performances on the street and they're playing the flute or they're playing their own progressive sounds or whatever, I mean, you have to understand that if you do it to other people, or those other people do it to you. I mean, now, am I completely fine with other people pumping music around me while I do a nice, beautiful program here? I say yeah, because guess what? Either way, that when I was doing nice, beautiful performance in Pitt Street, I understand either way that somebody was singing behind me. And guess what? I realized they're singing over the top of my nice, beautiful tone as well. I understand though that if you come and really sit here and start pumping your music toward my nice, beautiful public speaking program, I understand now, you're actually lifting me up. So what do I do over here? I make sure I go and really just communicate it. And then I understand that if you keep going with it, I understand that what happens is, I never get negative. I may just stop my nice, beautiful program and I may go somewhere else because I need also to understand that when you want to really understand your nice, beautiful sound and quality, I mean, and somebody's just around you pumping music around your nice, beautiful audio as well, I mean, understand that it's not nice. I mean, it's also not nice, isn't it? Or else either way, that when they're just walking past, or else that's something different. But if you come here and try to annoy me and try to get in the way of my nice, beautiful video, and you put your face in front of it, and then you put your music sound toward my nice, beautiful phone over here, and then you start to really put your music to be louder than my audio, or else now, what you're really teaching me over here is that you don't like me, because guess what? You're really teaching me over here that you love me, but you are actually trying to really disturb my audio over here. Or else now, is that the case? I realize yes. Or else now, because you're trying to disturb my audio over here, I then switch off my audio, don't I? I have to switch off my audio then, and I have to let you perform, and I have to tell you to please just go somewhere else, because I understand if you don't, I will then go somewhere else. I understand now, I realize now that's a nice, beautiful corresponding way to understand a compromise, that if I'm here, you have some respect about my audio, but if you want to pump up your audio, I mean, go over there and pump it. I mean, that's how it is. But if you're just walking on the side and just walking somewhere, I mean, go for it. I mean, either way, that doesn't bother me. Or that doesn't bother me. Or else now, I understand that. I understand that. But if you come here and somebody goes in front of your nice, beautiful camera and starts really tuning it in front of you, and they're 1 meter away from you, and they start pumping the music all day long while you're trying to public speak, I mean, then just pack up your stuff and go. I mean, please, because understand that you have to do your work. You need your audience in the background to have a clear sound in a way that nothing else is disturbing you from speaking. So if you're being disturbed by something in terms of music, I mean, understand that it's your fault. I mean, understand either way that if you really want to do business, you do it somewhere where it's silent. You understand? Because either way, that what's important is understand that you must go and practice what you love to do every single day. You must have a passion for it. You must have a passion for it on the microphone though. Or else if you don't have a passion, or else if you have a passion today and it's not on a microphone, you need to develop the passion of the microphone. Or else now, anything that you have a business with today, or else if you have a business today and you're not doing it on a microphone, you have to develop the skill of doing your passion on the microphone, because otherwise, you don't really have a business. Or else now, I have a business all the time because I can sing on the microphone, I can teach people how to sing on the microphone, I can teach people music production on the microphone, I can teach people everything on the microphone. So if you're not willing to go on the microphone and teach people, you then have no business. Or else if you don't want to teach other people anything, you have no business. Or else now, you must understand that if you want a business today, you learn the art of teaching people something about your life. And if you're not willing to give your life story today, you have no business then. You must have a story about yourself every single day. You must do what you love to do. You must understand that when you have something to do all the time, you focus on yourself, you regard yourself as something greater every single day, and understand that no matter what you're doing today, I mean, understand that some people are arrogant, and some people will drink alcohol and do drugs on the street, and will just blurt out, fuck off, at you. I mean, do you understand? So either way, understand that those drug addicts have to understand that they have to quit the alcohol, because otherwise they may get killed by somebody. Or else either way, understand that that noise right there, I mean, if that noise keeps going, or else that's a car noise. But if that noise keeps going all day long throughout my nice, beautiful public speaking program here, I then pack up my stuff and go. Because I understand that is so loud. Or else that car, I don't know what that is. I understand either way that if it is really loud and over the top of my audio, and it's always like that, I'll just go somewhere much more simpler, and I'll go to the park over there, and I don't need people around me to do my work. I can always do my work with or without you, but I understand that's what business is made for. I mean, you can do your business with or without people, but you need yourself. You need yourself, but if you don't have even yourself, you have no business then. Or else now, how do you find yourself? You find yourself through sobriety and become a vegan. I mean, start being interested and start understanding how to learn and grow and how to be on a video and how to do some fashion modeling on the side. And then start doing some music production and some singing and some acting. And start doing some journaling on the side, and start to really understand how to record your voice, and start doing some writing, video and audio on the side, and understand that no matter what, that you're teaching something. You must be able to look great. I mean, go and get something that's affordable. I go to Big W, I go to Kmart to get my nice, beautiful clothing. I get it for free, but guess what? I understand when I get it for free, I make sure of it. I make sure that my life is free, and I never have to work for plastic money. I make sure I go and borrow that money somehow. I get it off my biological mother or something. I just go ask people for the plastic money, and then either way, I give it back to them in a different way. I mean, either way, understand that what's important is use other people's plastic money so that you can be much more. I mean, don't work for plastic money. I mean, either way, that what you must do daily is be much more spiritual. But watch out about everything about your life. Understand, when you really understand that what you must be doing daily is leadership quality, you must understand you must be losing weight. You must be understanding how to lose weight. You must be understanding how to become a vegan. You must be understanding how to look better. You must understand that what you want today is your dreams to be fulfilled in terms of your life. So understand, to do that, you have to write it down. You have to understand to put on the video. You have to start teaching that. You have to start teaching it, because your dreams is something that you want to teach. I realized that 10 years ago, and even 5 years ago, and even 2 years ago, and 1 year ago, and even last year, I realized this is a dream come true. I realized this is a dream come true where I can come on a nice, beautiful street performance here and even do a street performance. I realized that street performance is a dream come true for myself, and I've been doing it for over 110 hours now. But guess what? I understand I'm much better at it because I have a trolley. After 110 hours of doing street performance, I get myself a trolley. I mean, when you first start a nice, beautiful street performance, I mean, go to Kmart or Big W or to your local supermarket and get yourself a trolley, and understand why. Because you can put your promotional tags. You can carry 50 kilos on it. I mean, that's why. I mean, either way, and get your nice, beautiful trolley and bring it around with you on the plane, and go to Hobart with it, and go to Spain with it, and go everywhere with it. And understand to go and do public speaking on the street somewhere for fun. I mean, go do it for fun. I mean, do it for growth. And that is fun. I mean, growth is fun. But anybody who doesn't want to grow, or else life is not fun anymore. Or else life is not fun when you're dying. Or else life is not fun when you're doing drugs. Or else life is not fun when you're doing alcohol and cigarettes. I used to smoke cigarettes for 7 years. I used to drink alcohol as a teenager. I used to drink and drive. Or else that's not the way to go, but it's not fun to do that. Or else it's so stupid. Or else it's stupid that, you understand? I understand, no matter what, that you understand that when I drove with a wine bottle with my car, I understand that it's not even my car. I was so drunk and driving. I mean, it's so stupid, isn't it? Or else, either way, you must understand that what you must do daily is understand that if you get caught out, you may go to jail for it. You also may go and understand that no matter what, that driving stoned and on weed and drunk driving and all that is a criminal offense, because you can kill somebody with that, and it's not following Jesus' rules. Otherwise, that's what I was doing. But guess what? I understand now that I'm following Jesus' rules, because I don't need a car, I don't need alcohol, I don't need drugs, I don't need weed anymore. I was smoking weed for 3 years. I was playing poker for about 6 years. I mean, from the age of 18 to about age of 25, I was playing poker. I went to Las Vegas. I won a competition with other people, and now you're never supposed to compete. You're never supposed to do anything. Understand now, when I compete with people, I compete with people through growth. I make sure I grow myself more than them, and I give more ideas than them. Otherwise, I compete with you by giving you more. Otherwise, although when I have to compete with you with poker, I never compete with poker anymore. I never compete with sports with other people. I understand that when I do anything now, I do information, anything in terms of life. I just go and grow that information. I go and grow about your life. I grow and making sure every single day that I have those ideas to give you, because when I give you ideas, I understand I'm growing by that nature. I understand that's very important, but I understand that many people don't find public speakers something inspirational. I understand it's because they're not doing it, or else they're not doing public speaking, and they're not doing it themselves. I understand that, or else most people would look at a public speaker and really hate the public speaker for what they're doing. I understand either way that what's important is understand that you go do your work either way, because a lot of people are going to give you cruel looks, and other people are not going to care about you, and other people just are not motivated about life. So what you need to do every single day is just go and speak up about your nice, beautiful content daily, and go and give it, because that's what's important. You have to give that content. So I understand that when people are not listening to me, I understand how they're really walking, I understand how they talk, I understand they follow the news and what they say. I never follow the news and what they say. I go follow what I need to do. I'll never wear one of those masks because of the coronavirus. I realize that it's all fake. I realize either way that many people go and wear those masks because they believe in what the people on the news channels say. I realize they may say anything on those news channels. I realize they may say anything on those news channels. So realize it's because they have no face. I realize that on those news channels where you may be reading about the economy around you from all these different people all the time, I realize that it's not a valid source. But guess what? That what is a valid source is my information. And now, why is my information a valid source? Because it's coming directly from me. I realize now you understand where the information is coming from. But when you go on the Channel 7 News Australia, I mean, where is that information really coming from? I mean, it's coming from anywhere. I mean, it may be coming from somebody who's a murderer. I mean, you never know, because there's no face labeled on that nice beautiful information, is there? Otherwise, now information is God, but understand that you must understand that anything that has no face behind it, you must understand that Jesus Christ has also no face behind Jesus Christ. But understand that what's important is understand that if you're going to learn something, you must learn it from a face today. You must understand Tony Robbins has over hours and hours and hours and thousands of hours of coaching materials to teach you. And he lives it. I mean, go and I realize that that's a valid resource. I realize now, is the Bible a valid resource? I realize yes, because it talks about Jesus Christ. I realize now, that's what it talks about. And now, how is it different from the information of the news channels today? I realize it's so different because in the Bible, you get all these massive stories. Although it's an inspirational story, and it's also something that you must understand. But understand that, for example, with the news channels, otherwise they may throw out anything and they may say that there is a terror attack happening in Cabramatta, although it may not be true. I mean, what kind of terror attack? You must understand that either way, that what's important is understand to go get your resources from a face. So anybody who has a brand today, such as Tony Robbins or Zig Ziglar or Jim Rohn, I mean, motivational speakers, I mean, somebody who's actually living their talk, I mean, go there. I mean, either way, go to the Bible. I mean, I understand either way that when I go and read these news channels, I realize they're throwing anything at you. I mean, they're throwing all this information that's not really helping you much. I mean, it's not helping you much, although people actually believe that it's helping them in some kind of way. I realize now, it is helping you in some kind of way, but not as much as I can help you. I can help you so much more because I have so much more content and real information that you really need, in terms of that you really need. I realize although they have real, I realize everybody who's giving information today on TV shows and news channels are really learning something. But guess what? I realize that I give you far more information than those news channels. So understand that when I give you far more, that it's valid and it's really something that's really going to improve you. I realize when they're talking about coronavirus, I mean, that doesn't help you, man. I mean, that does not help you, woman. I realize either way, understand that coronavirus pandemic does not help you, but it helps you around the trends of what's going around in terms of what they're doing with it. I realize now that's different, but it doesn't help your business. I realize it doesn't help you grow. I realize what helps you grow is spirituality and the Bible and information about business and information about spirituality in terms of personal development and health and veganism and sales and marketing and social media and technology. I mean, that kind of information, you need it. You have to understand what you're using. Otherwise, when you go and get yourself a phone, I mean, understand the settings and understand what is latency and all these communicational techniques in terms of the software, in terms of the music software. I have a music software. I use FL Studio. I mean, it's like a designing program to make music, and it's for free. You can get started today. But guess what? I realize that there's so much plugins. I realize there's so much knobs that you have to learn. I mean, there's so much you have to learn. You have to dig into it. Otherwise, it may take you 10 years to actually fully master it. But guess what? Your whole life must be mastering yourself all the time. Otherwise, I'm still learning about music, and you must learn about music all the time because your life must never be mastered. You understand? Because if you master your life, you must understand to keep mastering it every single day. You must master it by practicing music and what you do. So I have to get into the technology system of FL Studio and start making all this music, but I have to learn how to make a kick. I have to learn how to make instruments. I have to make sure that I can go and get people to do a saxophone or something and then put it into a nice beautiful program that helps me to do an arrangement for music so I can make music. And then I have to put a kick to it. I have to make sure that it sounds good. I have to make sure that I'm also all of this in terms of my life. Although when you're really speaking in terms of your public speaking, I realize that many people go and 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 ah. You understand? I realize why is that? Because every single second letter they say is But guess what? I realize that when you're really speaking your I in those words, you never have to say You say I say this. I realize before you even say I, you don't have to say anymore. I realize they say I realize they go again. And they start to speak all this nice beautiful communication, and in 1 minute in terms of communication, I realize they say 50 times. I mean, do you understand? I I mean, why is that? Because they're not using I. I start with the I first. So I never have to say I start I now. I understand. I never have to say anything other than my I every single day. Because when I do that, I focus on my nice, beautiful progress. I understand when I have progress in my life, I'm always doing better. I'm doing better and stronger. I have to be physically fit. I have to understand that no matter what, I have to be looking great every single day. I understand when I'm fit, I'm also making stronger reactions. I'm being faster in my adaptations of life. I understand when I'm faster and faster throughout life, I'm always doing something greater. I understand when I do it greater, I'm learning something along the way about how I communicate, but I'm much more confident than I was 110 hours ago. Whereas now for 110 hours and more, I've been doing public speaking on the street in front of people. I understand that now I'm much more confident, but in 72 years time, I am much more confident. I'm always developing that nice, beautiful communication skill because it's very easy to communicate when you understand how and when you really practice how every single day. So practicing makes perfect. Or now understand that when you practice, you just keep growing and keep understanding to practice that nice, beautiful skill that you want to cultivate. Or there's any skill in the world that you want to cultivate, you do it on the camera and in audio and in writing and in a quote, and you understand why you're a teacher. I understand when you do that, you know your I, and understand that no matter what you're doing today, you must be able to develop thyself all the time and love thyself, and understand that you must be leading other people to grow all the time. Because when you're doing that all the time, you understand why you need to be more. You have to be more to understand your I. You have to understand the I principle is something very important. I understand either way that my nice beautiful 2 hours over here, you can find it on YouTube and my nice beautiful Instagram. You click on my nice beautiful bio link inside of my Instagram at Danny Milivojevic, you can find me. And guess what? You make sure that either way, that when other people want a shout out or something, you can say it. But the other, but in terms of the other day, I understand somebody said, say Shirley. I say, I see Shirley over here. I understand I started to speak in terms of public speaking. I understand this, they start to go, whoa, he said Shirley. Now the second time the same guy asked me to say Shirley again. The guy saying, say Shirley. This time I just walked past, I didn't even say anything in terms of what he wants me to say. Although I said something in that reaction. I don't want to say Shirley again because I said it the first time. Now I rejected him this time, but guess what? I realized this time, I understand I have much more persuasion to understand that no matter what, that if somebody goes up to you and says, say Shirley, and you say it, and then they go again and they say Shirley, and then they say again, say Shirley, and they say it 50 million times and they're telling you to say Shirley again, they're like bullying you. They're like bullies who want you always to say Shirley. No matter what, or else that's just one word, or else they can say, they can say for you to say apple 50 billion times. Get over it, man. You and your stupid word. Or else either way, understand that what's not stupid is your I. You understand? Or else either way, you make sure that many people will say, many people will tell you to go and say this, and to understand that you never go and do what other people say for you to do. Do you understand? Go and understand that if other people are telling you what to do, they're bullies. That's what they do at the 9-to-5 jobs. They say, go and clean the toilets. They give you $25 for that. Wow. Big deal. What are you helping? Who are you helping by cleaning the toilet? Nobody. You're helping nobody there. Understand that what is this helping people with? This is helping people for generations, because this is helping something. So understand when I do this nice beautiful communication skill daily, I know my I, and that's how I really rest. I rest in my I, because I always finish with my I, and understand that no matter what, that this video is nicely done, because guess what? I know my I.